All right, all right, all right. We're getting there. It is now the time for the Llamies. Let me just get this. So I was going to do this playlist. Literally just all the Valhalla songs from the three distinct OSTs. I just put in a playlist so I could listen to just Valhalla music the whole night. Because I think that's just good. It's just good background music. Okay. So there's ads on this site, but here we are. We're here. Yeah, no. Install uBlock Origin. Yeah, I had a different. Yeah, I'm on Chrome. I probably should. We'll do it at some point. Regardless, here we are. Dingus? Yes, I am a dingus. That is true. That is true. I do happen to be a dingus, but we already have people here. Sup, Lorgon? Sup, Vix? Tudos? Octa? Verget? I get everyone. Get everyone who said hi. Typed in. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like people have been hyping this up, but how's the music balance? Does that sound okay? Quiet enough to be nice background music. Did I play The Messenger? I thought I played The Messenger last year. The Messenger was last year. I thought The Messenger was last year. It's ranked. It is ranked in my previous Llamies, I think. But yeah, I mean, this isn't too crazy, you know. I imported images of the games I played on stream, including a few of the visual novels that I read with data off stream. We got them here. Yeah, I put them in a tier list. These are the tier lists I came up with. I was excited for this, but it's just like people were hyping it up. Yeah. I was excited for that. Yeah. Thank you, David. But yeah. I mean, I'm going to be like talking about the games and reviewing them. I do have the first one I'm going to talk about is Inscription, but it's like, well, we're also, dang, the 90 watch, incredible. But I also like thought like we could watch this too at some point, maybe when I need a break. But it's like we're going to be reviewing stuff. Spoiler warnings for a lot of stuff if you need to mute and like need a reminder when I'm done talking about something. That's good. I'm going to try and limit spoilers to the stuff I'm talking about, but I'll like, obviously we're going to, I know, Balatro, big spoilers incoming there. But, you know, when I'm not talking about a specific game, I will try and preface it, you know. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about was Inscription. I played this like between 2024 and 2025. I didn't properly finish it, I don't think, till like very early this year. With the what is it? What mod is it? Casey's mod? So it's like partially in last year, partially in this year. This is one that I do consider an S tier game, though it is an honorary S tier from last year, even if it's not in the image, but it's still an S tier. It is an incredible game. Both the story mode and then Casey's mod are incredible games. And we will be talking about another, I think it's Daniel Mullins, with Pony Island in a little bit. But I just wanted to get this one out of the way because it was partially last year, partially this year. Incredible roguelike, incredible story mode. Just the way that it lays out its story, it does its thing, is just so inventive, so fun. Yeah, Pony Island was a one stream game. Celeste 64 was a one stream game. So if you missed it, you missed it. Some of them might not have even saved VODs. For Pony Island I did. But Inscription is a very, very deserved S tier. Holdover from last year, but I highly recommend it. Still one of the best games I've played in recent times. Balatro, I think I did like 1 or 2 streams of. I'm gonna put that in pretty decent. It's just, I don't know. It's just not my kind of game. I don't know. I put a little bit of time into it, more so off stream, but it's just like, I get why like the jokers and the infinite replayability and like the doing the different decks can be really exciting for people. It just did not grasp me in that way. I can see why people really liked it. It's just a one song over and over looping. I know that people just absolutely adore it. It's fine. Okay, I do have P3R here. I'm going to talk about the problem with talking about P3R and like, we're going to put these both here, and these aren't necessarily below here. Honestly, I think both of these I'd rate above Balatro. But like, I'm not quite finished with them yet. I might be done with, like, this could be, I think, an A tier or a very high B tier game. Super Puzzle Cut's really fun, really creative. Some frustrating parts, but like overall super, super creative, super, super inventive. Just really goofy and silly in all the best ways. P3R is already turning out to be probably my favorite Persona. I have some issues here and there, but like, I'm not done yet. I'm in the middle of December, and like how the game ends and how the story wraps up is really going to affect how it lands on like my personal Persona tier list. It is the end of December IRL. That is true. But like, what I will say, like more so non-spoiler for P3R, is the way that the story is simply structured, I think is the best out of the Persona games. And the way that the story kind of is involved in itself and how it lays out is, I think, the best, just the way it's paced, because that is one of the biggest issues with Persona games in my mind. That's one of the biggest demerits against them, is that they are long, they are plotting, and even like, if you are okay with how like long they take and the way that just they're like, just the length of time it will take, the way that the plot is paced out within like 4 and 5, obviously no spoilers for that for the people who want to play those games still. It's like bursts of activity, but then like stretches of time where you're kind of doing nothing plot related, and it just feels like, well, what am I doing? Where are we going? I think that like, if I had to rate like P3R, it'd probably be mid A tier is what I would say. I really like it. I like the characters, but usually like the characters and the social links for the Persona games aren't usually bad, but I think that the way that they have the story structured and the way that they have like party members join and stuff like that is that they don't necessarily limit character growth to, oh, they join your party, it's their chapter where they're relevant, and they stop their growth there. It still holds some archaic elements, I can tell, from it being a remake of the old ones. And they wanted to have, I think, like, they didn't want to completely rebuild it from the ground up as a modern Persona game, because I feel like that would do a disservice to the start of, it's a Persona game. It's Persona 3, and, it was released when it was released, and they don't want to tear it down and rebuild it in the image of 4 and 5. You want to hold to that heritage, maybe affect a few things that were rough about P3 that obviously they've changed with 4 and 5, just updating some mechanics, but like not like completely. It's meant to be a remake. It is meant to remix some stuff, but you don't want to destroy its identity. And I'm going to, like, Trisha's been telling me, Navi's been telling me about, like, kind of some aspects of the old mechanics, and I'm glad you can control your characters. I'm glad that they're less harsh with, like, I did read when I was reading some, like, social link guides. I know I'm going, didn't talk as much about Balatro Inscription, but P3R is, I've spent, like, almost 110 hours on the game. It deserves to be mentioned this year because of how much I played it on stream. It feels like it's holding to the old stuff well enough without, as you said, Virgit, alienating the old fans. The beginning is, I guess, slow. I don't know. It's been so long since the beginning because it's just like, I don't know. It's been a while, and obviously, like, yeah, girl dating made to be more relevant to the critical path. Yeah, and that is one of the things where I feel like that P3R got it right. Where, like, you don't stop the character growth for a character just because they, you do their dungeon in P4, or you do their related story plot dungeon for a character in P5. You actually see they have relevance to the plot, like, not just like mechanical relevance, like, oh, this character does something stupid, does that stuff. I guess. I mean, I don't know. P5 would be the one that I'd want to replay sometime, given what I know about Persona, like, characteristics. So, like, I think I'm going to leave these here, and once this starts to fill out more, I might, like, drop them in where I feel like that they would be placed and take a screenshot of that. But, like, these are unfinished, so I can't truly finish their rankings. But, like, they deserve to be talked about. Do I want to leave Silksong, talking about Silksong, for later? We'll do that later. Like, some of these I want to, like pace out and not talk about, like, yet, because I do want to pace these out, like get to, some before others, some later, some not at all, you know how it goes. Zero Ranger is tough to talk about without talking about Void Stranger, but I will talk about it a little bit. I'm not the biggest player of shmups, and I did not do a ton of lore diving into Zero Ranger for how it really relates into Void Stranger. I could put it, like, here or at the low end of A. If I mute time, yeah. Yo, what's up, chillin'? Zero Ranger, though, is a good game. I like how the lore works out. Like, even just some of the small stuff. I'm just, like, I'm not someone who's going to, like, high score grind or, like, really, really do stuff to, like, massively get, like, tiny drops of achievements. But I think that this is going to be a very high B tier, or maybe, like, low A tier. I'm going to put it high B tier here. But, like, fun shmup, fun stuff. That's good chilling. Tough at work, even on a Saturday. All right, Anodyne 2. If I remember where I placed Anodyne 1, I mean, like, I do want to, let me quick click away here. Yo, what's up, Vic? What the fuck are you saying? Let me pull up the image here of, here, and there we go. That should be showing on stream right now. So this was the Llammy's last year. I had Anodyne in pretty good. I legitimately think that Anodyne 2 is much, maybe not much. Yo, what's up, buddy? Anodyne 2 is a high A tier game. Like just by I think by giving it like a little more of a focused story. Like Anodyne 1 felt very kind of patchwork and surreal. Like it had a lot of like just like, okay, you're in this area now, and I don't know how the areas really relate to each other, how they kind of come together in Anodyne 1. I feel like that it was doing some sort of story stuff, but it was difficult to kind of put that together. It was definitely it felt surreal, it felt patchwork, it really felt kind of RPG Maker game. Not in like a bad way, but it did feel very kind of patchwork and hard to put together. The themes felt more coherent, more stitched together, like even with the kind of different levels, the different areas of Anodyne 2 and kind of the overarching plot with the dust, the contagion, the kind of religiosity aspect, the chosen one aspect, and the ways that I forget what the main character's name was. It's been so long. Like how that all played out really was a strong aspect of Anodyne 2 Nova. Like Anodyne 2 was like the story actually meant something, you know, to me in this regard. Explode? I mean, I'm exploding all the time. Yeah, a very good game. Definitely one, and I know I'm gonna get to Angeline Era at some point. I know that like it won't be probably as soon as you would like Octa, but at some point we will get to that developer's new game at some point. But Anodyne 2 should be pretty high up in the A tier once we get all the way through this. Burgeist. This one was won at the request of Vorpal. I don't think I ever fully finished it. It was a weird kind of reverse tower defense where you are defending towers you're building against waves of enemies. I did not love this game. Like some aspects were interesting, but you controlling kind of your big creature and then moving it around to shoot the stuff with turrets was interesting. I think it was like a one solo dev game, Japanese dev or something. It was it's gonna be a C tier for me. It was an odd one. I don't know. I feel bad because Vorpal was like, you really should play this. You should play this. And like, I never did finish it. I got like really close to the end because it was like, you're supposed to build a tower to like 5,000 meters or something. And I just never ended up wrapping it up because I just was getting bored. I was just getting F11. What would that do? I know there's the ads here. Hide the browser? Okay. I guess that works. We can do that for now. Obviously, I will swing back to 11 Frogs, Llamy Frog. Yeah, the ad blocker has been getting worse and worse over time. And yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah, Burgeist just was kind of an eh. It is what it is. Raincode. We'll talk about that later. Not a... Yeah, people keep talking about uBlock Origin. I gotta look into that. Okay. Should I do these maybe a little more later? I might do these a little later. the visual novels here. Let's throw a couple more up in front of the visual novels. I did play Silent Hill 2. Look, I've gotta edge the audience about discussing Raincoat. I know what people are here for, and I've gotta keep edging the fan base. I've gotta keep y'all on the edge of your seats. Silent Hill 2. So I have not played a ton of survival horror. I know that Silent Hill 2 is very, very influential, both in kind of the the way that the story rolls out, the surrealness of the storytelling, the kind of like the mysteries, the way that the gameplay works. Yeah, but I mean, there's Alan Wake, which I played last year. There's Signalis, which I know is, having played Silent Hill 2 now, I played the original Vix. Data really wanted me to play the original, so I played it on emulator. I played it with the help of a flightless bird. I did not love it. Silent Hill 2, the controls, the way that it worked, just in its old school nature. I didn't grow up with a PlayStation. So like some of the controls did frustrate me. And I only did one ending. I didn't like replay it to get different endings. It is janky. I don't remember. I think I turned the tank controls off because I just did not grow up with tank controls. It felt so strange. But I can recognize its influence. I want to get to a Resident Evil game at some point, which I know that like people love the old school Resident Evils and the new school ones too. And the thing is, I can understand that as well, Vix. Like, I mean, I did grow up on, the N64, the Game Boy Color, I have, but like to a point, like does overcoming some of that difficulty make the experience more fun, or does it more frustrate you? Because I think that it depends on the game. Like for when I played Signalis, it had aspects of that, but it felt a little better. It felt much better in Signalis, and I think that maybe it was just the setting. Maybe it was like I think Signalis is better than Silent Hill 2. I mean, I understand its significance. I understand that it is an important game. But I mean, I feel like it's not as bad as Mixed Bag. Like this down here is, but like, it was a rough go for me. I'm not great at survival horror. Like it's a genre where it just is exhausting for me to play because I do get scared. I do get spooked. I do get stressed out playing it. If an enemy comes around a corner and I have not much room to move. It's one of those where I think that its impact on storytelling has been done better for the games that came after it, is what I'm going to say. Like, it's one of those where, like, clearly just knowing game history and knowing that it has had an impact on... Yeah. Have I considered not being so scared? I try. But I will experience things as I experience them, and that is for better and for worse. We'll talk about Deadly Premonition. So this is one where I did... How many streams did I try of Deadly Premonition? Yeah, horror is horror. But I want to play them because I know that they're important games. I know that they're fun. And I mean, it's part of the streamer stuff, right? it's part of being a streamer where I understand that like my reaction to things can be enjoyable for y'all, and that even if I don't love a game, or even if I dislike a game, that the stream experience, the experience of me streaming the game, can sometimes be more fun than playing the game itself, right? And there was games like that last year, you know, you know, like for, not for this one, but like Etrian Odyssey 3 and P4G were like more fun having streamed them like than they would be on my own. Like, people showed up for Persona 4 Golden and it was fun to, yeah. And like for Etrian Odyssey, having, you know, like some of my units group FNAF stream. I have never played FNAF. I've seen some playthroughs of it now, but I've never played FNAF. I would get spooked. That would happen. But like, I shouldn't play it. Like, I've heard that guy is not a good guy. The guy who created it. Like, I can say like, nice job. You create a phenomenon. Like, there's got to be better crybaby horror games we could do than one that supports a right-wing guy who supports the Republican Party, you know, but is what it is. So I really wanted to try and get this game to work. Deadly Premonition. Moving on to another horror game. It just did not work. I downloaded a patch. It sometimes works. There was a memory leak and the frame rate would dive. And then certain cutscenes would go and then the game would crash. There was supposedly like a, was it 8 gigabyte patch or whatever? There's a certain patch that you can do to enable some buggy games where you need to allow it to use more of the game's memory in order to run. I didn't try that because I just tried multiple times. It crashed over and over. As far as I got, but like, this game is, so I watched Joseph Anderson's playthrough of it. This game is baffling. It's hilarious. It's truly, the author thought they were making an auteur game, and it's something. Like, truly one of the most hilarious games I've ever had the pleasure of watching. I wish that the port onto Steam was functional for me to get through it, because me reacting to that game, if I played it personally, would have been top tier stream content, but the game runs like ass. Like, truly the worst port I've ever seen in my fucking life. So, I mean, it has to go in D tier. It just has to, because the game just did not run. Reacting to it, even the stuff that I was able to do on stream was utterly hilarious. But, like, the game just is simply not functional on Steam. It just isn't. Like, it had aspects. It was like Alan Wake if the writing was just like, I don't know, an edgy 8th grader wrote it. But I feel like edgy 8th graders have a little more going for them than that. No, but it's hilarious, Vic. It's so funny. The story is just wild. I don't remember the details right now, but like, you should, I could link for you, because you should not try to, ads. Yeah. I do want to wait for the ads. We are going to wait for the ads to finish up. I don't want to, this is the Llamies are the Llamies, and we are not going to, you know, ruin people's discussion of these games, you know? Oh yeah, god damn it, Zach. You're already back? Brazilian superpower and Twitch ads. I don't know how... I don't know how y'all Brazilians have this superpower over Twitch ads where you get like 1 minute of ads instead of the 3. It's truly special. What is that forehead? What the hell? Lunar Lizzie 5 head. Indeed. You didn't... What the hell? What are you doing, Ed? God. It is a special game, Octa. I would say you didn't miss much, but it is a so bad that it is good game. That it is that kind of game. It's all I can say. It is a so bad it's good. I mean, but it's so bad both in how badly it runs and in the quality of the story writing. Squad stream game? I do not know why that guy randomly came in and said, hey, we should squad stream. And it's like, I was just like, no thanks. I mean, it could be a ban-worthy thing, but I was just like, I'm just gonna say no. They did follow. I don't know. I mean, who cares? Oh yeah. Deadly Premonition was pretty cheap. It was just bizarre. Like, do people do that? Did I turn that off? I don't know. Whatever. What? You don't have to... You can just not be on camera, you know? I don't know. But yeah, Deadly Premonition is a game I wish I could have properly streamed, but it really is what it is. We will move on. Pony Island. It's such an interesting contrast to Inscription. I do want to get to the Hex. I bought the Hex as well, which is... I think Pony Island, the Hex, and Inscription is Daniel Mullen's creative trajectory. You can see it. I don't know what the Hex is about because I haven't played that yet, but I know it's another kind of puzzle. I don't know if it's meta. Pony Island is definitely, it is about playing Pony Island. Where would I put this? I feel like I want to put it here. It's definitely jank. Yeah, I mean, but that's like understandable, right? I feel like maybe Zero Ranger deserves to be bottom of A. We're going to put Zero Ranger in bottom of A. Yeah, I mean, the Messenger is, you know... Yo, what's up, Alta? Morning. Is it jank affectionate? For Pony Island, I would say... For Pony Island, I would say it is jank affectionate. It's one of those where the awkwardness of the gameplay feels purposefully designed so. Where it feels like that you are battling against the game and the game is supposed to be like Pony Island, the in-game game is supposed to be a kind of a shitty little like, you know, like a fucking Chrome, like jumping over the stuff, attacking things. It's, Balta, yeah. Well, Alta Biscuit is someone different. Yeah, 1 week till GDQ, woo! Yeah, but it's like, I can see the the crystals of what would be fully formed and developed in from Pony Island and Inscription. So it's like a little bit janky, interesting ideas. I didn't go secret hunting. I saw that, there was achievements there, and I was like, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the need to. Okay. This Way Madness Lies. This, funny enough, I saw someone play this game in the practice room at AGDQ from someone I met that event and talked to them about it. This is kind of an RPG Maker game where it is about high school thespians, high school girls that are actors, that are magical girls and get sent to Shakespeare worlds in order to cleanse them of monsters. When I heard about that magical girl Shakespeare isekai of shit, it was so, I was like, I need to play this. And the thing is, I'm not timing you out for that. I should, but I'm not going to. It is a goofy little game. Like, the mechanics aren't too complex. But like, it is a charming little RPG. It is just a charming little turn-based RPG. I think this goes like top of B tier, pretty. Like, it's not the most ambitious game, but I'm very glad I bought it and I played it, because like, it felt like the game dev was like, magical girls, Shakespeare RPG, let's just do something fun with that. It doesn't try to be more than what it is, but it's just a fun little goofy. They had so much fun writing the Shakespeare characters and doing some like fun Shakespearean English language in it and translating it. It just was like fun, goofy. It's a funny idea, and I think that they executed it pretty well. I can't really complain about it. I cannot complain about it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold back on these a little bit more. Let's move a few of these up. Oh, let's talk about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think that is an A tier game. S3K is a fun game. It is definitely tough. It's definitely tough in places. I haven't played too many Sonic games. Like, I've never played, I think, never beat any of the 3D Sonic games. The only ones I grew up with were, I played Angel Island Revisited. That was what Verga had me play. I did play the ROM hack, so I don't remember what I changed, what stuff I did. I don't remember if I did like save spots or whatever. But I did do like the true ending stuff for both Sonic and Knuckles. It's just it's a lot of fun. The music's incredible. It's a really fun 2D game. Like, I grew up with Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Advance 2. I never had any others. I still own Sonic Mania. I bought that years and years ago on Steam, but I haven't gotten to streaming it. But yeah, just I can understand why Sonic was a series that people really loved back in the day. It's kind of funny, I've considered playing like one of these Sonic Adventures at some point, because I know Sonic Adventure 1 I think it's considered janky, but still good. And then there's what? Sonic Adventure 2 Battle? I just don't know like what I need to know about any of those games if I was ever to play them. I don't know. It's regardless, S3K was a really good time. I think I had some rage moments, but like it's an older platformer. And it's so some jank, but like there's some love in there. You know, the old school platformer devs had the juice, you know. SADX release neutered the hell out of the game? Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get to it, because it's one of those things where it's like, speaking of like other old games, at some point I want to play the MGS games, the Metal Gear Solids, at least the first 3. I do not know when, though. There's so little time, so many games to play, you know? You know what to do. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Okay. Now for one of the games to discuss this year. Wrap it up with 06. That is... I have seen friends play it. I know you played it. I did not know you then. Well, no, we're not talking about Brain Code. We're not talking about Rain Code. We are talking about Sea of Stars. We're talking about Sea of Stars. Speaking of The Messenger, speaking of another game that I have very complex thoughts on. Sea of Stars is one of the prettiest games that I have ever played. It is one of the most gorgeously animated and pixel art games. The backgrounds are detailed and painted to just an incredible degree. Like, I am not kidding when I say that I think that Sea of Stars is a beautiful game. The music is fantastic. The main guy, who I don't remember his name, but I have to look into my iTunes library for a sec. Like, I think he's the drummer for... Is that... I don't know if that's his name. His name is Eric W. Brown, if that's what his name is. Eric W. Brown, I think he's the drummer of the metal band Necrogoblicon, from what I saw. I was like, he's a metal drummer, and he also does video game soundtracks. Cool shit. The music in Sea of Stars is great too. Really feels like that fits the Chrono Trigger vibes they're going for. And as a guest composer, they did have some tracks, you know, written by, you know, composed by, where's his name in here? I always forget. Yasunori Mitsuda. There are a few tracks written by Yasunori Mitsuda in the soundtrack. And yeah, no, a couple tracks, not the whole soundtrack, but at least a few. So they got the original Chrono Trigger sound composer to do a few. Yeah, I mean, I love Chrono Trigger too, you know? It is truly a love letter to Chrono Trigger style RPGs. And it also had, you know, some, you know, action timing based stuff. I think that's a way of like developers still love turn-based RPGs, you know? It's hard to make that genre feel fresh. It's such a way for like indie devs to have a vehicle for their story, and it's hard for and I understand why. And it's like for the truly inventive devs who go to a turn-based RPG, There are ways of spicing it up, and they chose the action, like timing based thing for both attacks and defense, and that was fine. It wasn't, it got old at times, but it wasn't bad. What holds Sea of Stars back is the incredibly generic story. And like, The Messenger had some mechanical issues in how it handled its twist and how it, expanded the game at like the halfway point. Sea of Stars had issues where I feel like they didn't take any risks. Oh yeah, I have to mention the puzzles. You're right for reminding me about that. The story was just, it felt flat. The story was just so generic. Any of the beats it did just felt utterly like the most boring story beats they could have come across. And it just felt Dragon Quest 11. I guess, you don't, I mean, sometimes a good just basic fantasy story serves the moment, right? It does. But it felt like that a lot of the stuff felt cliched. It felt boring. Then they do, I'm gonna spoil the story for Sea of Stars. One of the main characters, they're the two protagonists, childhood friend Garl. I think Garl's was his name. I don't remember. He gets cursed by the main enemy that he's gonna die. And then he dies. And I was like, oh fuck. They killed one of the main characters. Okay, I respect you, game. I didn't think you were gonna take a risk like that. So you beat the game. And there's a lot of other generic stuff that happens. It's just, it doesn't... But then, so you beat the game, and then it's like, okay, if you relaunch the game, now the way to the true ending is open. They pull a fucking... I'll say it. It's spoiler warnings for Chrono Trigger. Because, spoiler warnings, mute if you're still going to play Chrono Trigger, but, Chrono gets killed. Chrono dies. And then it is written into the story, that there's a way of bringing Chrono back. You have to do these things, you have to follow these steps, and you can save Chrono. You can bring him back to life. And that feels cathartic, that feels incredible in Chrono Trigger. They fucking do that with Garl in Sea of Stars. And it felt like, wow, the one interesting choice you make with a character with a story beat, you erase it. Yeah, it's a moment in Chrono Trigger. It is a special moment. And it feels like they lead up to it, but it's like you beat the game like normally, and then they erase the one interesting choice they made. They erase the one choice that they made in the storytelling that felt like, okay, you're taking a risk here. It just felt insulting. It felt stupid. And I haven't even mentioned, but a lot of RPGs like this, when they have dungeons, they have puzzles in there, block pushing, logic puzzles. You have to find secret areas. You have to do stuff. Sea of Stars felt entirely basic. It felt like that they were made to be done by grade schoolers. There was one or two spots late game optional stuff where it's these are actually kind of interesting. I have to think. I have to think about these. And that was like, it was just like, wow, they could have done this. They could have done way better. And then there was the DLC. The DLC was actually kind of fun. I haven't mentioned probably my favorite part about the game. There was what was it called again? It was called Wheels. The Wheels minigame. Oh my fucking god. It's a luck-based minigame, but holy fuck, I loved the Wheels minigame. Wheels was just actually fun. It was actually a really fun minigame, and like, it was luck-based, but it was engaging to me. It was so creative. It was so interesting. One of the best minigame small parts. Yeah. It's just like, they released a Gwent outside of Witcher. Like a Gwent video game. Give me Wheels. Give me Wheels. I think you missed it, Fergus. I might have sent you a clip of it, but one of the final bosses in the DLC uses the wheels mechanic in the boss, and it was just such a cool spectacle fight. It's not too hard, but like, that was a really special spectacle fight. Well, I don't know if I have it, but you can probably find it on YouTube somewhere, because I didn't clip that. Or I may have clipped it and sent it to you. I don't remember. So, like, I don't know where to put Sea of Stars, right? It is a game where, like, the gameplay itself is not bad. Like, it is beautiful. The music's good. I can revisit the music. Like, visually, and I want to emphasize this, it is one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. It's up there with, like, the Ori games, like another game with some issues, but, like, I don't know if it deserves to be, like, here, because it's not A, or if it deserves to be, like, down here. I feel like maybe bottom of B, but it's a very, I don't know, it is a complicated one. It is a complicated one to talk about. Like I was talking about, this is one where it's like, talking about Sea of Stars and reviewing it is so difficult and complex, because Berggeist I didn't finish. This one just has enough, like, outside elements that, like, really weigh it down. But, like, it's like another one where it's like not a great game, but I'm still interested to see what they do with it. I don't know. I really do not know. Because it's like, both of the games the developers have released, like The Messenger, I don't want to get into spoilers there, had some things going for it, but like, I feel like The Messenger is probably a better game than Sea of Stars, though there's aspects of Sea of Stars I like more than, like, the best parts of Sea of Stars are better than any single spot of The Messenger, I think, but like, there's just so many issues with Sea of Stars. I don't know. It is so hard to wrestle with this in a tier, because it's like, it could be here, or I need like another special, like a B- tier that's like, I mean, it is our Rust and Lost here, yes. This is, how do you spell resurrection? It's, yeah, I just don't know how to. I think that's where we're gonna put it for now. It is, Complicated. It is complicated. Okay, Momodora 5. This is a good spot to put good spot to talk about Momo 5. A very solid game. A very solid game. I don't think I like it more than Momo 4. Oh. Definitely some hard stuff in there. Some fun aspects. I don't remember too many of the details. I mean, I only played it once. For anybody who knows, Vic, or Zik, sorry. Didn't say, I said Vic. But Zik is a, I did. Zik is going to be playing this during AGDQ, so you also catch that. I think that this deserves to be probably up here. One thing that I will say about the Momo games is that they are compact Metroidvanias that do not overstay their welcome. They are solid games. I feel like they could be longer, but they certainly are not too short. They set out what they want to do. They give you some interesting mechanics, interesting kind of story and lore, and they set out what they want to do and have some fun with it. They're very solid Metroidvanias. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? I Incredible. Dear God, I never expected to see this. A Jeb meme. A Yuma Coco Head Jeb meme. This is the worst timeline. Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to get that off my fucking screen. Jesus Christ, what have you done to me? But yeah, Momo 5, I don't know, there's not much to talk about it. Like fun combat, difficult bosses, fun platforming. Just a very solid, compact Metroidvania. God. Brain COD truly gave everyone brain worms. Jesus fucking Christ. Yep, and a Brazilian dev. Yeah, Bugsnax was this year. Oh. You didn't gift me it, but you harassed me enough to buy Bugsnax, right, Octa? It's not gonna be an S tier for me. There are some see for me, like some, like, please, you know that's not true, Octa. Come on. All right. There are just some mechanics with Bugsnax that are a little annoying, but like this is a case where like there are some aspects that are a little frustrating, but the intangibles and just how cute and silly it is definitely are rise it raise it up as opposed to what the game is drags it down. It's either like here or here. Just a fun creature catcher with the way of like, catching the bug snacks and eating them, and then, or no, catching them and feeding them to your friends. It is definitely I think we can put it in A tier. I think that's fair enough to it. It was a fun time playing it. It is a, talking about bug snacks, like I did, I did like a lot of aspects of it. Some of the puzzles are a little frustrating, but overall good. I don't know. It's just a fun, it is a game full of personality. And so like even the gay couple is precious. Oh, they are. Oh, yeah, buddy. I don't remember his name. What was his name? What was the meathead inspiration bodybuilder and then the conspiracy theory guy? Chandlo and Florpington. Jesus Christ. Chandlo! Let's go! Oh. Snorpy. Yeah, Snorpy. They were... That's the thing, is that, like, it's one of those games that the charming aspects of it outweighs, like, the frustration parts. Right? It's like there were some aspects, but just, like, how silly it was, how much fun the characters was. The catty little, whatever her name is, the one that was, like, the gossiper, the other stuff. Like there was just so many fun characters that it was just so much fun to see them just do silly shit. Beffica, she's one catty little, what are they called again? I'm trying to remember their species name. God damn it. The, what was it? The Buganati? Snack Naughty? Grumpus. Grumpinati. That was it. The Grumpinati. Except the Grumpinati are real. It's a goofy little game that truly does... Its silliness is truly incredible. Maybe this is a good time to talk about the three visual novels I read off stream with Format Data with Sachiko. These are hard to rank in terms of like where I want to put them. Like I could just have a category that just has the visual novels. So none of you saw me play these, read these. This is 2236 AD. This is basically Data's favorite piece of storytelling ever. He really wanted me to read this. This is Seabed, a wonderful queer lesbian visual novel. It is... I don't want to get into the story details of this one because this is one I feel like people should read if you like queer stories. Bunker, 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 bunker! Bunker's true. There's a lot of fun monster design in Bugsnax. I would agree with that. And then Higurashi, When They Cry. This is just representing the questions arc because we are still in... We're still very early on in Answers arc. So I don't want to talk about too many Higurashi story details. 2236 AD is a very interesting philosophical kind of sci-fi thing. Kind of talks about like a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of themes, like existential themes about kind of love, loss, like can you be with someone, talking about kind of the nature of communication and miscommunication and understanding people and understanding yourself. It is definitely a heavy visual novel, a lot of sci-fi in there, a lot of philosophy. It is definitely can be a little difficult to get through at times. Maybe not like difficult, but it's a heavier visual novel. It would definitely probably be somewhere up here. These are all going to be probably, I think that Seabed will go up here, probably bottom of S tier. I think I'm going to put Higurashi Questions Arc farther down, because like, so this one is very good, and it does cover some heavy topics, and like it does have some like tough things to say, but it is overall a very interesting story. Seabed is a wonderful story, and I cannot talk about the story because I feel like that this is one that I feel like more people should read. If you want to read a very interesting, lesbian love story, but like, interesting like pathways, interesting, like none of these, this has like a few minor choices, but there's a main route. Seabed, there are no choices. Higurashi, grills. Like, Seabed is just very good. I would very highly recommend Seabed. And then Questions Arc, I mean, is very interesting. I like it. Maybe Questions Arc should go higher. It might go like this. But the problem is that there's just more chaff. There's like definitely some spots in Questions Arc where it's like, okay, the bit's been going on long enough. We've done like the group is doing their silly. The group is doing their silly game in their club. Like, let's move it on. We need to get to the story. What's going on? Watsunagashi, Onikakushi. What's going on with the village. So it's like, I don't know. Questions Arc was interesting. I do not know where it's going to end up, I just don't. But hopefully I can get through the end of Answers Arc sometime early next year with Data, and then get to Umineko. The goal for next year is to read Umineko off stream with Data, and that'll take me a while. I mean, I already have probably over 100 hours reading off stream with Data in Higurashi, and like we've been reading through these as well, because he's read all of these, but this has been just an off stream thing, It's true. So yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna put the visual novels on here. Let's talk about Deltarune. I don't think this is going to be surprising for anybody who's a fan of like Undertale and Deltarune and that kind of stuff. Chapters 3 and 4 are fantastic. It's probably safe to mute. Yeah, they're great. Toby Fox is still fantastic. Very interesting story developments. Still finds ways of doing creative gameplay in the game systems that he makes. He is just such a fantastic writer. That is one thing that I will continually talk about, is that Toby Fox, it does blow my mind how continually funny and witty and goofy his writing is. Like, he is just continually funny, continually creative in finding new gimmicks. And not even just gimmicks, and fun mechanics. Because gimmicks makes it sound like, oh, that's just a one-off thing that's just like, wow, you found something fun and silly, but that'd be really frustrating if you did it for too long. Like, so, and Deltarune also stands out because it was like, I did these streams with Skywardly in chat, and we had tons of fun reading the dialogue together. We did chapters 3 and 4, did a couple replays. That's interesting. I liked the TV world. There's small aspects like that I think could be, something, but like, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the super fights, Too early. I'm not sure. Well, we'll take that. We'll take that offline because I'm curious about that, but I want to keep the chat so like Verget doesn't need to like delete chat, But like, I don't know. There's just such fun stuff in those, and it frustrates me that we have 5, 6, and 7 to go, but like. And I mean, I'm worried about the Snowgrave stuff. I'm worried about the weird route stuff. But like, Toby continues to show. I do not understand how his mind manages to be just so creative and find fresh ways of telling stories and fresh ways of writing dialogue that are still funny in a kind of outsider nerd sense, but it appeals so broadly, and just finding fun ways of doing fights in a semi-turn-based world. I don't know. He is truly a special artist, and we are lucky to live in the timeline where Toby Fox is making games like he does. I just want to say that. Toby Fox is a special creator. A very, very special creator. And soundtracks, yeah. That is insane that he continues to write, Moon? What is Moon? Is that a Japanese game of some sort? Oh yeah. I mean, given that this is one of my new tattoos, right? This is meant to be the heart from Undertale and Deltarune. Moon Remix RPG Adventure. We'll open that up for a sec. Wow. You level up by loving, not fighting. Huh. Save the monster's souls. Okay, I mean, that does sound kind of like what... That does kind of sound what Toby ended up doing. Whoa, what was that sound? Oh, no, that started playing. That's interesting. Anti-RPG steeped in story and character. Oh god. Oh god, it hurts. It hurts. But yeah, Deltarune continues to be special. We will need to see if it will surpass Undertale. That is one thing where it's like, going back to like Higurashi here, questions arc. I have asked like I have asked Data kind of like if he knows like the history, because I don't think he was reading it back then, but like to experience a story released serially, released chapter by chapter, and having to wait, that is interesting. I feel like that does, having an episodic release of a game, you just don't get that as much. And obviously with a visual novel or a sound novel like this version of Higurashi is, it is I feel like that does something for the anticipation, like, you know, watching a TV series week by week and having to wait for the story to come out more. And if it works, it works. There's a part of me that's worried, but I mean, I do trust, like, I trust that he has his ideas, that he has a trajectory, that it will be satisfying. But that's tough. It's tough, you know? And so it's like, Deltarune has to be up here. It has to be included in the S tier. But like, you know, obviously we don't know the end. We don't know where it's going. I want there to be more difficult boss fights. I want there to be more interesting, inventive, funny story bits. It is interesting. It is interesting. Let's drop in Celeste 64. I think that given that this is just such a small game, it's a fun little time getting some stuff. It's a fun, like, almost a, like, it's Mario 64 like, but fun with the dashes. It's such a bite-sized little kind of demo thing that it's like, I don't want to put it too much higher up. It is a fun little thing, fun little extra Celeste thing. It's goofy. Because this was like an April Fool's release by the devs. Yeah, I heard about that. I hadn't seen much about Earthblade. I know I read like the blog post that Maddie posted. Yeah, congrats obviously to Vix on beating Farewell this morning. God, you streamed for like 8 hours. I could not. You were dedicated, bro. You were dedicated AF. Truly morning. But yeah, I did it like it was a one stream thing, I think. But it was fun. I don't know if there's really too much to talk about it, you know. Farewell is... What was your death count in Farewell? Actually, I am curious, Vix. Do you have a death count? Like, in the level Farewell? How many deaths? I need to hear it. Because I had exactly 1,800 deaths. Yep, that's a lot of deaths. Yeah, for me, it was 1,800. It was 1800 on the dot. That was how many deaths I had when I beat Farewell for the first time. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, my PB is 6 deaths. Someday I'll get back to it. But yeah, buddy, it is tough. I can't lie to you. Farewell is Kaizo levels of... It is Kaizo Mario levels of cruelty, but it works. It is good, but there's like so many... There are tight inputs. It is difficult. It's fucking difficult. Ugh. To just simply... I don't know. Balatro, I just didn't stream too much. It's fine. I don't know. Balatro didn't like... I think... Well, the problem is that I think that Yada is easier to beat. Like, just simply... Yada is easier to complete. It is shorter. Much shorter. Like, Yeah. Like, I think there's more people that have. The thing is that once you get good enough at. I mean, like, doing it, like, I think that, like, the length of, you know, simply the length of Farewell is one of the limiting factors, you know? But I think it is easier overall once you get through it. Because, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one because, like, Yada is more very, very condensed difficulty, and less people have played Dust Force and gotten there. But, like to do a deathless run of Farewell takes much longer nerve. I don't know. It's a tough question, you know? There's a few rooms that are very difficult to do consistently, and obviously, like, if you do 25 minutes of a golden run, it is going to be... We have not ranked Rain Code. I am teasing everybody by waiting as long as I can to rank Rain Code. Okay, Psychonauts 2. Truly felt like it lived up to its predecessor, to its prequel. Knowing what I know about how long it took for Psychonauts 2 to get developed, selling out. I mean, like, there are 12 of you here. I appreciate that. Increase the screen size. I mean, I could do this. This is at least a little bigger. Psychonauts 2 really was extraordinarily fun. Like, was it the best 3D platformer I played? I don't play a ton of 3D platformers, but, like, you know, it's a kind of game I played, you know. But it's like, I haven't called for anybody to sub. I haven't, you know, I am not streaming big enough, you know. I've got to stream bigger. But no, I mean, like, Psychonauts 2 was a ton of fun. Let me just quick throw out this bug that I managed to kill. It manages to do the, where's my prime command, lol? It manages to talk about mental issues with both a humorous and a stream bigger 1-bit. Thank you for the bit, Lorgon. I really appreciate it. We will stream even bigger and even better in the new year. You're throwing out the bug? It's just a bug I squished. I truly, I think it deserves to go, like, here. I don't think it's best in S tier. There was definitely some aspects of it that were a little frustrating, finding some secrets and stuff. It was a squished bug. It was like a fly. Come on. Oh my god. Psychonauts 2 was just like learning what I did about, like, I mean, I don't know if the devs like wanted to come out with it much earlier, or if it was just like they made that like one VR game and then it was just like, well, maybe we can keep on doing this. And the thing is, it still felt like, even after like 15 years, from my understanding of between Psychonauts 1 and 2, it felt like it kept the heart and soul of what Psychonauts was and did it, like, you know, Vic, it's one of those games that I do want you to play, as well as Hades. Well, you liked Psychonauts 1, and I missed all your streams of it, and I felt really sad about that. And the third S-tier game is a visual novel I read off-stream with data called Seabed. It is a Yuri visual novel. Blast the animal creatures. But yeah, Psychonauts 2 did more of the first. It was creative and inventive in its mechanics and its worlds, and they felt like they fit. It is kind of like Anodyne 2 in that way, where you go to different worlds kind of inside people's minds. I know, I when I saw you pop up, Altavisk, I was like, oh, I can discuss my thoughts about Octopath Traveler 2, and you get to hear it directly from me. Knowing how much you are a fan of the Octopath series. But yeah, Psychonauts 2 was truly one of the best games I played this year. It had some minor stuff, and like there was obviously always some jank in like 3D platformers. But it truly felt like, well, I mean, I might play Octopath Zero. We'll have to see. I am at GDQ. There's two things I want to sit you down for, Alta. Speaking to you now, I want to hear about Octopath Zero, and I also do want to hear about your Japan trip, because at some point I want to take a trip to Japan, like you did, and like what Tudos is doing next year. If I'm ever gonna do like a solo foreign trip, or even if I can find a friend to drag along with me, going to Japan, seeing some of both the urban sites and some of the rural nature sites, or like historical sites, that's something I really do want to do at some point. Come with y'all one year. Well, y'all went, how many years ago did you and John go to, yeah, Tudos has told me that that a group of y'all are going, right? I am excited for y'all. And I know you went 29. How have the years gone by, Vicky? That was that long ago that you and John went to like Snow Halation and all that shit? 6 years ago y'all went? I'm old. I have known you for so fucking long. It scares me how long I've known some people, right? But yeah, Psychonauts 2 is I don't know if there's like a ton of like wild stuff to discuss about Psychonauts 2, like some of these games like Sea of Stars. It's a very, very solid game that I don't know if it transcends some parts of it, but it's like it is a very, very good game, and I'm very glad I played it. So very highly recommended for Psychonauts 2 is what I'll say. Very highly recommended. What's this game doing here? I don't know why that's there. Well, since Alta's here, I am going to discuss Octopath Traveler 2, and I'm going to discuss it kind of, well, okay. The ads are about to start, so I'm going to, I really need to make sure that I'm going to hold on talking about games until the next ad break ends. Let's just get that started. So, yeah, because I don't want people to miss the discussion of games they love, stuff they love, you know. Oh God, why is that ad so awful? We don't want people to miss out on discussion of games. Yeah, Psychonauts Brain COD? We'll get to Brain COD. We'll get to Brain COD. We're almost there. I don't know how it got to the end of the list, you know? It started so close to the front. I don't know how that happened. I really do not know how that happened. But it'll pop up at some point. It'll get discussed, I think. I don't know when, but you know, it'll happen. It'll happen. We will talk about Raincode. We will talk about Raincode. Over my dead body. What? Yep, we'll need to figure it out. We'll need to figure. Sometimes I think that streaming was a mistake. I should just live in a hole in the ground and not communicate with other human beings, other robots, other creatures in the universe. That I should just live in a hole and not discuss stuff with people and just live outside the grid. I need Shinigami to fucking boom kill me. Shinigami worked in corporate America. The more I think people that quit to become goat farmers had a point. Real, true, really true. All right. We are back. We're back. I mean, I probably should talk about it before the last one. I don't know. We'll get to Raincode. You can't have Shinigami. Oh, yeah, that's true. Anyways, Octopath Traveler 2. This was another one of the super long RPGs I played. It is interesting to discuss this in conjunction with Octopath Traveler 1. Because there are parts of, like, I don't think there was a single story from Octopath 2 that I liked more than Primrose, I think, in Octopath 2. It is a very solid game. And the I mean, it was a couple years ago I played Octopath 1, you know. It's my qualms with the Octopath series really kind of boiled down to, I can envision a game like Octopath Traveler where there is a lot more combination of stories that get told. Cassie is a very solid story. I need to remember, like, I'd want to, let me quick do something. Like, so I can remember. Just, oh God, why is it fucking Fandom? Fandom is a awful website. But, like, God. So, like, see, like, they've seen that y'all shared headphones with me recently. So, yeah. Ochette is the hunter. She's fun. Cat girl, monster girl, beastling. Casty was the apothecary. Throne was fun, though there was weird aspects to her story, you know. Oswald was interesting. Particio, I don't know. Partitia was just kind of a little frustrating, you know. I Partitia was probably my least favorite, I think. He's a fun enough character, but his story was just kind of like, here's how we can wokeify capitalism. Woo! I don't know. It just felt kind of meh to me. I don't dislike him as a character, but yeah, my ad blocker is just blocking less and less. God, fuck off. Agnia reminded me of what's her name from 1, the merchant from 1, except I really liked Agnia. I think as a Tressa was one of my least favorite stories from 1, even though I like Tressa a lot as a character. Her story just felt like it had no arc to it. There was like, I like her as a character, but her story just, I don't know. Like, there's okay to have some that are like just kind of slice of life stuff. And like, I also liked Agnia's because like, I'm a fucking performer too. I like the performer aspect. Like, as someone who has both acted and sang on stage, whoop-de-doo, like, her story was fun. I liked Temenos as well, and Hikari was fun as well. There was a lot of stories that I liked in 2, but nothing I think was as good to me as, like, Primrose to me. But like mechanically, like it's another Octopath game. You've got your breaks, you've got your fun stuff there, the turn-based RPG. And it was doing more with the interconnected stories that I wanted, that was missing from 1. Because 1 was a game that was good to me, but I think it was just, it felt like the formula was not utilized to its greatest extent. Where it feels like that it is 8 separate games in the same engine. I mean, I don't even remember how it, like, yeah, the true ending kind of wrapped it together in 1, but it didn't feel like that it needed to be, you don't even feel like the 8 characters even, like, it felt like it was just a side quest to beat the game at the end, and it could have been any 8 characters. It wasn't their stories together. In 2, you had some of those shared stories between pairs of characters, and you did have the ending, the actual post game, or like the actual ending chapter for Octopath Traveler 2, where you had the characters actually talking and interacting. And it did, like, more weave together characters from the other chapters, like storylines, bits from the other chapters that kind of had some loose ends, and tie them together. It is I see more of 2 that is positive. Yeah, they need more of that, but also, like, if they tie those together, like, in the storylines, in each path, in each of the 8 paths, what I can envision would be a whole lot more writing and voice lines and difficult stuff to wield together. And I understand that it seems like that this is a game and a series that you're, like, very, very positive about, Alta. So I hope that what I'm saying is my kind of overarching criticisms of how I experienced the game. I'm trying to be, I'm just, I want to be, whenever I'm, like, critiquing a game that I know people love. I want to, obviously prefaces, these are my feelings, these are my thoughts. Like, I don't want to take down someone's very, 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 like, positive game in their brain and stuff like that. So it's like, Octopath is still a tough series for me because they're long. There's aspects of them that are good. There's some, like, I like the customization of characters, the different classes. That's fun. I do like the kind of way that you can remember, like, the weaknesses, though, depending on the team you have built together. Pardon me. Certain fights can be tough if you just don't have coverage on certain weaknesses. But, like, the final post-game boss, where you have the whole team and you can swap between them, we need more of that. We need more of that just in different stuff, in different aspects. Like, that felt like, I don't know who here, because I think it was about 2 years ago, I played Chained Echoes. Okay, maybe I do need to get to 0. I don't know if it'll be next year. Maybe it'll be a 2027 game, because I already have, like, my long RPGs kind of locked in for next year, and Lord knows I stream enough RPGs. Some friends have already said, like, oh god, you're planning on playing, like, 3 long RPGs next year, and it's like, I like RPGs, what can I say? But, like, the massiveness and the epicness of being able to swap. Yeah, it's more like, I'm going to play Expedition 33, I'm going to play Vesperia, and I'm probably, maybe, like, yeah, I mean, like, I already have over 100 hours in Persona 3 Reload, and I haven't even beaten it. Like, I had, oh god, let me check how many hours I had in Octopath 2. I had, if it loads, 105 hours in Octopath Traveler 2. Yeah. But so it's like, and like the music is great. I love the art style. I love that, what do they call it? Like 2D HD or HD 2D? It's somewhere like here, I think. It is a good game. I like how we're going to put it here. It's a really good RPG, and it's like, I love the art style. At least like Squeenix is giving us some of that, like, old school energy, and like, I'm glad that there's a market for it, both in the, like, the AAA space, and like, it's one of those areas where it's like, I'm glad that they're still doing like pixel art and they're doing gorgeous backgrounds. It's areas like this where I just am scared that they're going to try and encroach and try and do AI bullshit, when it's like, doing true, like, art like that is like something I just truly don't want to get missed, like in the AAA space as well as, the indie scene. Because, like, I mean, as I've said before, Sea of Stars, one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. Animations, stuff, but pretty animations do not a good game make. You need to have the stuff behind it, That's the thing, Alta, is that I see that if they can find a way of tying stories together in an organic way, but there's like, how much writing and scenario, and if you have this character in your party or this and that, but they did more of that in Octopath 2. And while, like, it's the one issue with AI, or not AI, with Octopath is with 8 characters and 4 to 5 chapters, they kind of split that with, telling some of the stories in kind of a different manner, which I appreciated. They took, like, you need the small stories to be good. Yeah. Writing conditional flags, it would be a very big undertaking. If they could pull it off, it could be fantastic. But it's like, what I will say is that I think that there was a general evening of quality, but there was no stories that blew me away like Primrose did. I don't know. Still a very good game. I spent a lot of time in it, but still very good. Silk Song. Let's talk about Silk Song. I'm just putting it around here. So it can be around here. Well, we'll stick it here for now while I talk about it. Oh. The real question for Silk Song is whether it goes top of A tier or bottom of S tier, or maybe like here. It is a tough question. Silk Song lived up to expectations. I did not know it was possible. The expectations were gigantic. It could have very easily fallen on its face. Yeah, I never went back and did like any other challenge runs besides Steel Soul. I didn't like do a deep dive mechanics into how the other charms worked. It didn't do like low needle damage attempts. Even with how they have patched it, like to make certain stuff easier, like less environmental damage, certain just other things like boss things. Well, the thing is that like, I saw the one interview in Bloomberg where they were like, yeah, no, we just kept on making it. We were kind of disconnected from the internet. We were just making it. We were having a good time. You know, development heaven. Like fucking hell. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The movement in Silk Song is fantastic. The designs, like, I like that. I don't want to say that the writing, the storytelling is better than Hollow Knight, but it's just different because you do have a protagonist that talks, Hornet versus the Knight. I still don't know which I think is better. Silk Song has the possibility, I think, of surpassing Hollow Knight, but it depends on the DLCs. But like, they cooked. They did. They spent all that time. Goddamn, they could have talked to us and just said, yeah, no, we're just working more, rather than being fucking radio silent. But I had some frustrations. Bile Water is... Oh, Bile Water is the worst area I've experienced in a Hollow Knight game. Ew. And I've made this comparison before where I do not enjoy Deep Nest from Hollow Knight, but like I appreciate it. I appreciate that it is meant to feel claustrophobic and closed in and scare you with the skittering sounds. I mean, we've got a lot of sickos here, Octa, but that's an entirely sicko opinion. Wow. I get the claustrophobia, I get the skittering sounds, I get the enemies that come from the background or from underground to just annoy you, to make you feel more uneasy. Like that I get, I respect it. Deep Nest is meant to unnerve you. Bile Water just feels like it hates you. It has called you a slur, and it continues to call you a slur while you're there. It's just like, you're dirty, you're ugly. And it's like, no, I don't appreciate that. Please stop that. And it's go, nope. You're going to feel ucky. And it just feels bad. It just does not feel good. It does not. I didn't say any slurs because I don't want to say slurs. But like, there's a lot of interesting bosses. The movement is fantastic. The world building is interesting. There's a lot of fun NPCs. There's a lot of fun stuff. The crests was such an interesting system. I didn't mess around with it all too much with ones that just didn't feel like they fit what I wanted to do playstyle wise, but like the thing is that I also feel like I have a specific way that I wish to play Silksong when there are many options for build diversity. There's the different tools. There's like the consumable tools when weapons, which I think for certain people, I think that that's a big thing for them. It's not one that I explored at a great level, but like I know that for some people that's like good. There is the, as you were saying, the Act 3 twist. I mean, I feel like that's also kind of like another negative, just kind of the void enemies just feel like they're damaged sponges, but that's like a minor thing. Like that's not going to be the biggest demerit, but it's a small thing. It's a very tough one. I don't know if it belongs in S for me, because I also was really frustrated with like the steel soul grinding, but that could have also just been me. I mean, like I'm tempted to even just put like a Skong tier between these two. But like, I don't know. It's a tough one. Because there are aspects that did frustrate me about Silksong. But like, I was wondering about this before I started doing the Llamies. Like for weeks, you know. I mean, the thing is that like I think that Anodyne 2 is a high A tier. I don't think it's quite an S tier game for me. Skong is on that border. I think it's above Anodyne 2, but I feel like that it's not quite S tier. It is a fantastic game. I think that it lives up to the hype. It has a chance, if the DLC is good, of moving up. I think that the music is just not as memorable or as good as Hollow Knight. Though, I mean, Hollow Knight is also like the... I know that people talk about the soundtrack for Hollow Knight, like base game Hollow Knight, that they adore, and I'm just like, it's a good soundtrack, but it's just not one... Maybe it's just the sonic palette, but it's just not one that I revisit all the time. I don't know. The music works like atmospherically, but it's not like... It's not a soundtrack that like... that I want to come back to all the time. I feel like I'm arguing myself into high A tier. Skong area tier list? That'd be interesting. That might be a Sag. It's still one of the best games I played this year. But I think that this is where it deserves to be placed. Do I save Raincode for the end, or do I do it now? Do I finally talk about Raincode now? Maybe I'll talk about Silver. I should talk about Silver Case and then talk about Raincode before I talk about Void Stranger. I feel like Silver Case would be one that's tough to leave later and later. You hate us? I do, actually. I hate chat. I hate chat. No, I don't. If we really want to talk about Raincode now. Oh. Alright, well, we're going to place this up here as... No, we can't do that. I'll get screenshot. I can't get screenshot. I can't get screenshot. Even putting it up there is a fucking joke. Even putting it up there as a fucking joke is going to get a screenshot and going to make me hate myself. Oh, Raincode was... So... Y'all know I like Danganronpa. Well, spoilers, Octa. Spoilers. Y'all know I like Danganronpa. I have a fucking cringe-ass Danganronpa tattoo on myself that I love. And I had heard that Kodaka, you know, came out with this game a couple of years ago with his development team. And I heard some good things, some things about it. I was like, I'll give it a shot, you know? Oh... Timu Danganronpa. Timu Danganronpa Tudos. Vix, I will launch you into the sun. I will launch you into the motherfucking sun. Jesus Christ. I mean, I could just finally... You know, they did time themselves out an hour ago. I think it's time to have that. There we go. There we go. So, yeah. Oh, what now? What now? All right, well, that is Photoshop. That is fake news. That is fake news. Thankfully. I'm not even showing that on stream. Y'all don't get to see that. Frame perfect screenshot. Oh. I don't hate... Totally. Yeah, sure. Like, Rain Code was one of the most frustrating games I played this year because there's a world in which Rain Code is a decent game. There's a world in which it's a decent game. The problem is it's cooked from the... Okay, well, I'm glad you did, Vix. I'm glad you did. I mean, I don't know. I can't talk about V3 yet, but V3 had ideas. Not all of them panned out, but I had ideas and took some chances. Yes, fuck Ultra Despair Girls. Amen. So it's like, I think that the problem is that, like, the bedrock on which Rain Code is built off of is a buddy cop duo of Yuma and Shinigami. And that's a fucking faulty ass foundation if I ever have experienced it. Cause like, I remember you had said in DMs, Vix, that like you liked the game more as it went on. And I think plot wise, besides the one twist in the last chapter that was just kind of a slap in the face, hilarious slap in the face, like it's being slapped by a fish and going like, huh, you had the gall to do that. That's funny, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, like, I thought the actual, like, if you bullet point the plot and the twist at the end, I like it. I thought you loved the game. What are you talking about? You've been Rain Code's strongest soldier, Vix. You've been Rain Code's strongest soldier. You can't back down now. Like the twist with the homunculi was interesting. I did not hate it. My Gog. My greatest of all. But yeah, it's truly, the game is rotten on its foundation. The plots are like the cases themselves are just, I don't know if there's any of them that are like near being as good as, like, even some, there are probably one case I'd have to think about. I'd have to remember what cases there even were in this fucking game, and I can't remember any of the details. I don't know if, like, you know, if we consider chapters 1 through 5 of the mainline games of Danganronpa, like, I don't know if there's any case from Rain Code that's better than any of those. There's some bad ones. There's maybe one. I don't know. They're just very meh all around. Like, what makes them less interesting is that you're not dealing with a common suite of characters that you actually have gotten to know chapter after chapter. You're dropped in kind of Ace Attorney style with a new scenario. And I don't feel like you ever get to know the characters that you're dealing with. Yeah, what if the truth fucking sucks? Yeah, that's kind of the thing there. Obviously, take care with we don't want to talk about spoilers for V3. Yep. For Vicky's sake, we're not getting into V3 spoilers. I will snipe if I need to, but you know, just deleting messages. But that's why I'm wanting to make sure we don't get into that territory. But it's just like comparing it to Ace Attorney, not talking about Ace Attorney spoilers, but like, you're very much on rails in Ace Attorney where you are led towards a plot conclusion, and you can kind of see how that goes. Major sweeps that could have been used. I will, like, come after you, Virgit. But it's just like the Ace Attorney, those like twists in those chapters, in those cases, are not really about who done it. They're more about leading you along the story, and I don't know, it's just like part of like the Danganronpa ones. Yeah, Yuma is, I feel like, and I want to make this comparison. I know that some people have not played the AI games yet, and we're talking about AI, the Somnium Files, not, you know, the fuck-ass stupid Gen AI bullshit. Man, all of y'all want to get banned. But, like, there are issues in those games, that the ones I've played. I have not played No Sleep for Kaname Date yet. But, like, I feel like the base foundation for AI1, at least, of Date and Aiba works because you have a combative, like, fun banter dynamic between Date and Aiba. They work as a buddy cop duo. And, like, Yuma, I don't even hate, but, like, he feels like that he's a Danganronpa protagonist in a game that it needs a better character there, at least someone that has a little more spine, a little more gumption, a little more, rather than the wishy-washy, what you're saying, Octa. Yeah. And Shinigami just does not fit that, does not bounce off of that character. Like, they try and make an emotional moment for Shinigami at the end of the game, and I'm just going like, nah, dog. Nah, dog, you're not trying to make an emotional moment. Shinigami's been a bitch to you this whole time, and you're trying to make an emotional moment where we forget her? No, I don't buy it. I'm not buying what you're selling. Like, and like there was some, like, oh, what's her name? Like the girl from the school, like, I kind of like her, you know? Whatever. She's at least fine, right? That's fine, Octa. I'm glad. I'm glad. I like some cases were fine, Wendy. But like I said, it's like it hits differently doing a Danganronpa like trial. And like the Mystery Labyrinth isn't an awful concept on its own. And I like the visuals there. I like some of the mini games there. One of the least offensive parts of the game to me, honestly, was the trials, was the Mystery Labyrinth stuff. I didn't like how they had to figure out a way of making sure that you weren't arrested and thrown in prison after each one, either by having Shinigami possess the person who died because their soul got reaped. But it was just like, come on, you're the world builders. You can write your lore better. You can write that they were suddenly convinced of their guilt and confessed before they dropped dead 60 seconds later. But like another issue is just so many of the side characters were nothing. I mean, what's his fucking bitch ass name? Who's that bitch? You know the bitch I'm talking about. Who's that bitch I'm talking about? Fucking Desahiko, toss him into the sun. Like, good fucking God. I mean, like, I liked, Halara. They were awesome. Yeah, well, the 5 initial ones, like, they were meant to be a red herring, and then you actually meet your 5 detectives, you know? And like, Halara was cool. All of those. Okay, can we toss him like into the vacuum of space then? Because he's sussy imposter, sussy baka ass bitch. Not a gamer. Oh no, Rain Code is not Rain World. Please, I would never be caught dead saying anything negative about Rain World. I respect Rain World very much, and I also want to stay friends with Wayward. But I mean, like, I think that like using the story aspect for some of the detectives using their powers to learn stuff. It's just, even when like the plot was getting revealed at the end, just how frustrating it was to get there, and like the bad twists getting there, and like even if like at the end of the day, I was like, huh, that the one twist at the end, you know, the one regarding like the homunculi, and then the twist with Yuma and Makoto, that was kind of fine. I don't know. It's kind of shitty. Oh yeah, fuck Makoto. I forgot. Then at the end, they're just like, oh yeah, we've been feeding these people fucking human meat pies a la Sweeney Todd, and then they're just like, we forgive you. And it's just like, not the whole like killing people and turning them into human meat pies. We're not doing anything about that. We're just, we forgive you. It's just not a massive plot hole, and not one that you can write off. Which one? You mean Vivia? The tall, dark, and lazy? Or do you mean the head of the? He was something. Yeah, it is I can do whatever the fuck I want. Oh. You can't break the tier list system? Yeah, I was like, no, this was a bit I was planning. I needed to do this. This was... I mean, I didn't even get to finish this game, but at least watching the playthrough of this on Joseph Anderson's stream was hilarious, you know? Like, this is truly where this belongs. The problem is that I can... if there's a sequel to this game, we're going to have to play it. I hate myself, but we're going to have to play it. And I said this before. I feel like there's a way that it could be okay. I don't know. It might be awful. But, like... if it gets a... I don't even know. It's... for the content, for the bit, for the meme. I might respect the game more if they did that. I mean, the thing is that it's named that because of the rainy fucking city, right? I mean, you played Final Fantasy. What else did you play that you absolutely hated, Vic? You've played so many frustrating Ninja Gardens. Visually, I really liked the... I can't really say something negative about, like, the visual designs of, like, these kinds of characters are fun. They're, like... Ninja Garden? Yeah, Ninja Garden. I know that they're always a little bit edgy, but, like, I do love the visual designs of some of the characters. And, like, the setting, I really did like the overall setting and design of Kanai Ward. I like that kind of noir, cyberpunk, not noir, but, like, and the problem is that the music just feels like it's Ninja Garden? Yeah. I'm saying it right. Like, I liked the setting. I thought it was an interestingly aesthetic. The OST did have some bangers, but overall, I don't feel like it... The thing is that, like, the visual designs of the characters and, like, the music really felt like it was Danganronpa, except not. And I think that does exactly, though, Two-Dose. That's the point I'm leading up to, is that, like, it felt like that by still, and I know it's the same soundtrack artist, same composer. I think it's the same, like, a character designer. So it's like, it's one of those where it's like, I don't want to continually, I want to let it stand on its own. I want it to be its own game, but when the game itself, like, mechanically, and how the chapters are laid out, how you have the investigation portions and the trial, or the, you know, in this game, you know, the mystery labyrinth. I wanted to get to that is the one twist in the last chapter, which I will say is hilarious. It is so funny, but, like, as someone who has played Danganronpa, that twist doesn't make sense if you don't play Danganronpa. But, like, they literally make it as a fucking plot point that homunculi have pink blood. They put an in-game reason as opposed to what was first. I don't know if it even was first for the censors. I don't know if it was actually first for, like, they made it that way to get around censors, pink blood instead of red blood. It felt like both a slap in the face, but, like, also just funny, but it also just didn't make me take the game seriously. It was like, you're making a twist based on people who played a previous game that's not Yoshikage Kira. I don't know that reference. Like, cause that's not no. JoJo? Okay. I need to probably watch or read JoJo at some point. That is true. But yeah, that's where obviously it was one of the most exciting streams of the year. Just having people be collectively baffled by the game. And we all kind of came together to shit on the game, which was beautiful. It was truly beautiful. Like, I wanted to give it its chance, but it's like, it is one of the worst games, if not the worst game I've ever streamed. It's a legitimate 3 out of 10. Like, some good things, but the bad things so outweighed it. Just truly... I really don't know. I really don't know. It feels weird leaving Silver Case to like this long. So I'm placing it here just so it's within view of this at this time. Giving you your 5 favorite moments on the stream. I don't want to see it again either, but it's like this is what I will say about, well, because it has some aspects, you know? I don't rate things that low very often. There's only 2 games that have ever come close to that rating that I've streamed. Persona 5 Royal is like a 5.5, maybe a 5. And AI The Somnium Files 2, Nirvana Initiative. Those are the 2, and like Nirvana Initiative is probably like a 4. 4.5, 4. Shinigami is like when she throws up the keys, when she does her like barrel bikini act. It's like, God, Kodaka, you do love Junko. You can't get rid of Junko. Junko is like like, fix yourself and you might deserve a goth girl like that to step on you and to beat the hell out of you. But find God, because the way you are right now, Kodaka, you are not going to reach heaven's pearly gates, and you will not find a goth girl to redeem you with the way you are now. You're just not. Like, you can keep on dreaming, my dog. You can keep on dreaming, but... if I replayed P5R, I may have an entirely different rating. It was my first time playing a Persona game. I have a better idea of how the pacing works. Oh, there might be goth mommies up in heaven. There very well maybe. But I think that there are some goth mommies who would rather die than go to heaven. Let's be real about that. And I mean, I will send, or I have no power, but if there are goth mommies who want to go to hell, God bless them for it. I will fucking let them go to wherever the hell they want. They won't listen to me, you know? I don't got the authority to tell them what to do. I wouldn't even dare. I mean, I want to be a goth NB, you know? Goth punk NB, you know? Whatever. But like I was not used to what the pacing. I didn't know how long the game for P5 would take. I didn't know that it went from probably April to fucking December. I did not know how they were structured, and the plot just felt like it was not going anywhere, and then it shoehorned in God out of nowhere, and I did not know how to expect it. It was at a point in stream when not many people were watching me at that point. Because I think I was not enjoying it. I was infrequent with the streams. Virgo was the only one basically showing up, maybe a few people from time to time, but it was not many people dropping into streams, so there wasn't a crowd hyping me up. Because that is a thing, you know, stream engagement does fucking matter with, like I can entertain myself with a good game and low stream, you know, engagement. That's fine, right? It is a depends, right? Like if a game is good and it's a chill vibes, I will get if people go like, hey, what's up? I'm vibing. And, you know, like it's a quiet chat. If I'm enjoying myself with the game and I'm talking through the game and I'm like talking about myself, about the plot, about what we just experienced, you know, the stream of consciousness stuff that streamers do. And like, but the thing is, I was getting so utterly bored by the combat. Like, I mean, I love the dungeons. I love the visuals. I love the style. I love a decent number of characters. I still love Makoto, you know? Other Makoto. Love Takemi. Loved most of the party. It was just like I didn't understand, like, there's a formula to Persona games. And I think if I went into P5 with updated expectations of what it was going to be like, I might have a very different experience now. I don't know, but it's also the only reason I'd replay it ever would be to get the royal content, and God fucking knows I don't want to dump another 125, 150 hours on a game that I rated like a 5, a 5.5. I still love the soundtrack. I think visually it's still probably I mean, I don't know, maybe the Reload remake of P3 might beat it, but I feel like that's kind of cheating. I love the stylization of P5. There's things in its favor, but it's just, you know, P5. Why would you ask that of me? That's a very mean question. I don't appreciate that, Octa. Because I feel like that there's a chance of me enjoying Persona 5 more. Raincode would just infuriate me more. So let's... God. That is very cruel. That is very mean, Octa. You started off this stream with the 90 stream watch streak, and this is how you treat me? This is how you converse with me? God damn. Hurt people. I have asked it to, I don't know. I feel like most of the commissions I give you don't hurt you, at least. I feel like I give you some fun stuff to draw. I've got an idea that I'm still percolating in my head if I want to. Yeah, I mean, that one. Look, you got paid for that. We both know that it's not the greatest idea. You know. Don't worry, we can delete it soon. Maybe I'll get you. I have an idea for an animated emote that I might bring to you. I have an idea. I can't see what that one is. That just pops up as a blank circle in my chat. I don't know what emoticon that is. Anyways, saluting face. But yeah, I might bring it up to you just to see if you like think that you can do it, because it is an animated one. I want to do something, but I'll bring it up to you. Anyways, Silver Case. So this is a Suda 51 game. I played Killer 7 last year, and I picked this one up. And I want to play more in the Silver Case storyline. I want to get this one done before I'm going to leave Void Stranger for after the commercial break. Silver Case is definitely an older game. I think, was it originally a PlayStation game? It is mostly a visual novel, but like the way that it is done is definitely got some, it's padded. Animations take time, but the storyline, the way it's told, it's got some, it's a more seriously told game than Killer 7. Killer 7 is off the walls, surreal in like wild, almost psychedelic ways. Whereas Silver Case has some weird shit, some weird dialogue, but like a very interesting story. I really enjoyed it. I want to get to other games in its story. It's a tough one because I feel like that, like story-wise, like gameplay stuff, you know, the some of the slower aspects I think would put it down here, but it could be like up here. I kind of want to put it up here, maybe like here. I don't know. It's a completely different kind of game than Bug Snacks, but it's like, it was a game that is very interesting. It feels its age, but it's one where like the more clunkiness to how the story is told and the different mechanics feel more excusable. It's also, I mean, it's mostly a game where like the act of moving around, like, and the animations and the loading. Yeah. But I feel like, no, I have to treat it with the package it's put in though. So, cause some of the movement did seek to, you know, add tension. So, I mean, there is aspects where you have little bits of story and then you have to move slowly, like animation through animation. And I think that does, in some ways, enhance the way of telling the story. It increases the tension in some interesting detective scenes. But there was also aspects where, for one of the characters, one of the main perspective characters, you just get out of bed. I would check some different aspects in the room just to make sure they haven't changed. Go to the computer, check emails, and it would take like a decent amount of time to even just get through that. And it would take time. I think I finished Persona 4 last year, like at the end of last year. I don't think, it wasn't on the list of games I think that I streamed this year. And I rated P4 last year as well. Like it was, you know, ranked here in JRPG hell, but fine. But yeah, I'm excited to play more games in the Silver Case chronology. There's Flower, Sun, and Moon. I think that's what it is. There's a Flower, Sun, Rain. I want to get to that. I'm gonna need the help of a Flightless Bird because that's a DS game. And there is Silver Case, the 25th Ward. Those are games I want to get to next year at some point. But this is a fun game, an interesting story. And then we have an ad break that's coming up soon, and then we're gonna discuss Void Stranger. God, a lot of games in A tier, and I do think that they deserve that. But let's quick get the ad break going so we can. I guess it's gonna start up anyways. It's gonna start. If I just reload this again. Yeah, I know that people wanted to stick around for Rain Code. The ad will get that rolling. There we go. But I'm gonna quick run that ad, grab another drink, and then I know some people will dip, but please stick around and hear my review of Void Stranger. I've saved something to be last. Yeah, I know that for some of y'all, you don't want to be spoiled on that. Void is strange. Want to play good games? Yeah. Yeah, you did play a lot of Ninja Garden games this year, Vic. I mean, the thing is that, Vic, you also have, like, a pretty big backlog. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but you have a pretty big backlog, and, like, you take requests to get through those, you know? And so it's like, you know, obviously, I think that it does feed into the story some. It does. They are connected lore-wise, and I think there are connections to be made. I haven't made all the connections. Wayward would be able to give you a much deeper understanding of that once you are ready for it. But now we're here to talk about Void Stranger. That is the game I spent a lot of time on. Yep, I did that a little bit like that so we can get there. I had played a little bit of Void Stranger, I will admit, like about over a year ago. Like, no, actually probably around 2 years ago now, with a friend doing a little bit of couch co-op. So I'd learned a few of the mechanics, a few of the ways that you could interact with the world. I knew about the memory cube. I knew about how to get wings and sword, which, to be fair, those are kind of big spoilers for early game. They don't really help you too much in the long run, because, you know, puzzles are still puzzles, and you still got to interact with that, and you got to learn different things. But that was a spoiler I got before I played it in earnest on my own. And Wayward was a little disappointed that I even knew that stuff to begin with, but even knowing that stuff going in, Void Stranger continued to surprise me. The way that the story laid out in these unique memories, the way that the puzzles continued to be innovative, using the mechanics given to you in different ways, using your knowledge to expand how you could interact with the world, both uncovering the secrets of the void and just the layers. I am still in awe of how many layers of secrets and mechanics and hidden areas and hidden things there are. I could get it. I would still say, like, I mean, if you really consider it, but like, some of my best moments of gaming at all this year were because of this game. I mean, we're talking spoilers here. But finding the disc gate, getting through the disc area, taking, 7 or 8 hours to beat the Sith fight. That is a game accomplishment. That's one of the gaming accomplishments I've got. I mean, I'm not creating another tier. I know some of y'all said that, but I mean, there was truly no. Come on. There was no. I've been saying this. This isn't a surprise. This is not a surprise at all for how I've talked about Void Stranger this year. It is the best game I played this year. It is just unequivocally. Like, Deltarune was really fun. You know, Toby Fox stuff. Inscription was great. You know, pulled over from last year. Silksong is still one of the best games I played this year. But, like, Void Stranger simply is... Yo, that's a wayward. Have you found any bats in the heaven? Hello, Lexi Wexy. Hi, everyone. I figured that there are some folks holdover from the Bat to the Heaven You did Unspeakable Crimes. I saw some of them. You did many Unspeakable Crimes. Yo, sup, Spirialis? But yeah, I'll do my little intro. I'm Metal Llama. I'm a former speedrunner that mostly does casual streams of games. What I am doing right now... Yeah, we are discussing spoilers for Void Stranger right now. Actually, this is my special end of year stream where I tier list all the games I played on stream. But to finish the introduction, I'm a former speedrunner. If you follow the speedrunning marathons, you may have seen me at AGDQ this past year. I was the singer for the Crazy Taxi run. But I also did speed runs in the past. I had a run in SGDQ 2017. But like, I'm still around the speedrunning scene. I volunteer at the marathons. I have friends in a lot of different communities, and I just casual game now. I play the games I want to play. A lot of RPGs, visual novels, platformers, sometimes puzzle games, including Void Stranger. Void Stranger indeed. So yes, if anybody wants to play Void Stranger, that is the game I'm specifically discussing right now. It is my game of the year. I'm putting it up here. It is at the top of the S tier. And Raincode's down here, so don't play Raincode. But, so, like, you're warned if you hear anything else past this point. But yes, thank, of course, for the raid, Wayward. I really appreciate it, as always. It's rare for you to stream this early. I know you probably just got a 5-hour stream in or something like that. Maybe 6 hours, but like, it's still early for you. But yeah, like the stream moment of the year, there were some silly moments in Raincode. I have to say, Raincode was one of the stream experiences of the year. But beating, last chance for spoilers, if you don't click off now, that's your own fault. Beating Sif on stream was the stream moment of the year. That was like 8 hours of grinding and seeing Wayward's VODs and seeing how long it took him to beat that boss the way that I ended up doing it the first time, and like getting through the Dis area, even getting through like obviously spoilers, like beating EX like just this past month was, like I said, the layers of Void Stranger, the layers of secrets, just the way that puzzles were designed from the ground up, interesting enemy mechanics, the items you get, the way that the block picking up and placing the tile mechanics were creative and inventive and continued to be developed on through the whole fucking game. Like, the EX puzzles, like, I thought it couldn't get better than Dis. I thought that the Dis area was like, we have peaked. And EX, while like there was more frustration to be found in EX, it was an optional area that was like, yeah, you're getting into the super freaky hard area. Like, enter at your own risk. And I was like, I'm entering at my own risk, and oh god, I've been warned. But it was like, and the music was fantastic. The music fit the mood. It was awesome, like chiptune music that fit the atmosphere. It fit the mood. The graphics were gorgeous, pixel Game Boy Color-esque. Everything I am trying to say about Void Stranger, I feel like doesn't do it justice to how special the game is. And I took some hints, even with my knowing some stuff that I did going in. Like, it is a game like La Mulana where, like, if you need a few nudges to finish it, it's still worth it. It's... I think that gaming by committee, like bouncing ideas off of each other, getting help, like, that is not a bad thing. Like, we all we all game differently, and it is a game that truly does test your logic skills, tests your skills to put things together in unique and organic ways. And if something doesn't work for you, it's fine. And I think that the stuff that's in the game is worth experiencing if you can. It is a very, very special game. I have to say, it's probably not for everybody, but it is truly my game of the year. The farther and farther I got into it, is like, yeah, this is the best game I'm playing this year. It wasn't going to be beat. It was not going to be beat in that regard. Yeah, I saved the best for last. I think y'all kind of knew that. That one was kind of the least surprising thing. But I'm going to quick do an overview of this, and then what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to watch the Crazy Taxi run. Because that is part of my year in gaming that I want to just reflect on, having that opportunity. But I want to go over these games. So it's like, let me just see. Before I sign off, where would I put Super Puzzled Cat and P3R? Because like these are two I haven't finished yet, but it's interesting to see where I would think of these games, in how like the rest of the year played out. P3R is interesting actually, because I feel like I want to put it like, it's hard to place it with like Octopath Traveler 2, because I played what were my big RPGs this year? God, I play RPGs so fucking often. I mean, Sea of Stars is not as long as like a true AAA JRPG, but like, you know, this Octopath Traveler 2, Sea of Stars, you know, like an indie RPG. But I think P3R might go like here, and I think Puzzled Cat might go like here. Like, I don't know. The thing is that P3R really, it needs to finish strong. Because one of my issues with P3, with the Persona games, just in general, is how the stories, the conclusions do not work well. The conclusions do not work well. They just seem to come out of nowhere, and I don't think they're satisfying in how they're kind of led up to. I mean, Wayward, I'm already going to be playing, you know, Clair Obscur, Vesperia, and probably later in the year, Metaphor. Those are the games I'm lining up as like the tentpole long games for the stream schedule, and then fit stuff in and around it. We'll see. We'll see what I can get to, because obviously there should be room. I want to get to Metaphor. I mean, I played like 2 or 3 this year, and obviously Silk Song took me over 100 hours. Void Stranger took me over 100 hours. Like, not even just the JRPGs took me super long this year, mind you. So let's just go through an overview of, let me just list all the games that I played. We'll go in order, and then we'll wrap this up. I'll obviously save this image and share it on my Discord, and probably also on like Blue Sky. But yeah, Void Stranger, unequivocally the best game I played this year. Just absolutely fantastic. Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, but I did also replay as chapter 1 and 2 in order to get the weird route. Dislike it, like you. Oh, well, you thought I would hate P3R. I don't know. I think P3R is the best Persona game I've played. I'm not. But yeah, Deltarune, Toby Fox still has it. Toby Fox is an incredible writer, composer, game dev, continually creative. I'm so excited we get to exist in the same timeline with him as a game designer. Inscription was a holdover from last year. A lot played last year, some played this year. Just super creative and interesting. Like, I love Inscription. And Seabed, probably the best visual novel I read this year with Data. Really good. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that I feel like that it, yeah. Much easier to take at face value. That's the thing about like Persona, is that like some of the moments are like, you just get an anime cutscene where they're just standing there while something's like, you could be preventing this from happening, but you just have to accept that they're just unable to prevent something. And it's just, you gotta kind of, all right, just hand wave anime bullshit. If you take it too seriously, you just are not able to. I just feel like there's certain games where you just have to realize it's a game and not everything has to be shown all the time. And like, sometimes it's stupid bullshit, which you can't like hand wave, but sometimes it's just like, if I'm gonna undercut every single moment by like saying, like, well, this isn't realistic, it's just like, have a sense of whimsy. Have a sense of like buying into the media that you are playing, that you are reading, that you are watching. But yeah, incredible Yuri lesbian romance stuff, storytelling, drama in Seabed. Silksong, it's a tough one. That could be an S tier game, but it is still, I feel like the Team Cherry cooked. They slow cooked. They had a fucking crock pot, but they cooked up some amazing ass shit. Has the chance of getting into S tier if the DLCs are great. Better in some aspects than Hollow Knight, worse than some aspects than Hollow Knight, but I do feel like that it is worthy to stand alongside Hollow Knight, and I did not think I'd be able to say that. Given how long we were waiting for Silksong, I did not think we'd be able to say that. Silksong was worth the wait. If that's that's about as high praise as I can give Silksong. It was worth the fucking wait. Anodyne 2, another one of the best indie games I played this year. I know that Octa has already dipped, and I praised it enough when it was still here. Yeah, and obviously it's like, it's hard for me to talk about P3R because it could drop depending on how it handles the ending. But like, the thing is that with P3R, I've already put over 100 hours into it. I want to talk about it, even though it's like, it's probably going to get rated next year as well. But it's like, I've played it enough this year. I've devoted enough hours to it on stream that I feel like I have to talk about it, and I want to. But yeah, Anodyne 2, what a worthy sequel to Anodyne. It truly goes above and beyond what Anodyne did in its kind of compartmentalized, small mini areas. It's fun, 2D, pixelized areas. It's fun, blocky 3D overall movement, and its story and its themes were truly important and interesting and very well done. This might not be a game that people have heard of, but Anodyne 2 is, and Anodyne 1 as well, but just to see the design like elevation from Anodyne 1, probably worth playing. Probably can get it pretty cheap, but Anodyne 2 I think would make it worth it to play both Anodyne 1 and 2. It's not super connected, but it like it follows a design philosophy that I think is worth. But Anodyne 2 is very much a great game, worth playing. Psychonauts 2, another sequel that is fantastic, almost as good, maybe, or better than Psychonauts 1. Maybe some aspects it's worse than, but like truly a sequel that is worth existing. Great 3D platformer. I feel like that it treats like some of the issues of mental illness that it deals with humor in a humorous way, but like a way that still is respectful to the mental illnesses they're talking about, while still being an absolutely fun, trippy 3D platformer. Great game. Some frustration with some of the collectathon aspects, but that's also kind of part and parcel with collectathons, you know? Great game. S3K, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Just a great old school 2D platformer. I don't know what else I can say about it. Just fantastic, you know, great old school, you know, Sonic music, fun mechanics, fun stuff. Some of the bosses at the end were tough, but that's why I used some of like I did do one of the remake parts of it, not remake, but like fan modded, like just stuff to give a few more quality of life stuff. So it helped me with some saves, but great game. Momodora 5. I don't know what it's, Moonlit Farewell, I think is what it's called. Just a really fun Metroidvania. The Momodora games are definitely nice compartmentalized. Like, they are Metroidvanias that do not overstay their welcome. They tend to be smaller, more compact, but not worse for it. Just a great game. Zero Ranger, shoutouts to Wayward, of course. If I liked grinding in classic shmups more, I probably would have given more time into this. Still really fun, interesting, ties into Void Stranger, good time. Yeah. I probably could have put more time into it, but like, I got out of it what I wanted to, I think. Octopath 2, another game I put a ton of time into this year. You know, another over 100-hour game on stream. Some aspects better than Octopath 1. I think overall a better game than Octopath 1 because it took some of the story shortcomings where like Octopath 1 had 8 different stories and didn't really intersect them at all. It did more with crossing over characters, and the final act bringing together all the characters, I think, was a step up for what the Octopath series could do with its storytelling. Alta was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but I may have to check out Octopath Zero, though that's probably going to be a 2027 thing because I do not have enough time to do another 100-hour game next year. I mean, it's still, I haven't even started. Yo, what's up, Mello? I'm finishing up my tier list of the games I streamed this year. Well, and read off stream with a friend. But yeah, Octopath 2 I still think was worth my time. Really good RPG. I just love that style too. When done well, the HD 2D. Now, these two visual novels that I read off stream, I just got to the questions arc of Higurashi. Fun stuff. Interesting murder mystery stuff. Interesting drama. I don't know if it's supernatural or not. We'll get to the answers arc, but next year I'll be probably rating the answers arc, but we got to see where we get to. But just, I can see why this visual novel was special for the people back then. I mean, we're hoping to get to Umineko next year as well. And then 2236 I also read off stream with Data. Very interesting sci-fi drama with a lot of philosophical themes about kind of communication and technology and barriers between people and like interpersonal relationships and how to make relationships work and what makes them work and what makes them not work. Interesting stuff. Bug Snacks, very different theme than 2236 AD. Just some of the monster collecting stuff was a little frustrating, but like the character designs, both the Grumpuses and the Bug Snacks were just so fun. And the side characters truly were just goofy and fun and silly and truly did make it a silly game and fun and worth playing. Silver Case, another visual novel type game, but with a little more gameplay. Very interesting crime drama and kind of sci-fi drama with that Suda 51 twist of just kind of weird surrealism, weird quirky humor, but it fits in the world. It fits in kind of that noir, but still kind of sci-fi weird world. Like another kind of retro game. I know it like came out in like 99 or something with the Steam port. Obviously I played it, but I mean, we're going to hopefully get to more games in the Silver Case series next year, so I'm excited to see and excited to play more Suda 51 games, read more Suda 51 stories. So that was the S and the A tiers. B tier, Celeste 64, I mean, it's just kind of like a little, not Easter egg, but like a April Fool's kind of demo-ish Mario 64-esque thing. Fun time. Just a fun one stream thing. It was pretty good. More Celeste kind of stuff in a 3D world. Kind of janky in that regard, but like, you know, for a freeware thing in a Celeste theming, I cannot complain. What is it? What is the, what is the full name of that game? I forgot what the full name of that one is. This Way Madness Lies, yeah. Definitely just it is magical girls who are thespians go to supernatural Shakespearean worlds that have been overrun by monsters as a turn-based RPG. I saw someone playing it at AGDQ. I had to play it. It's fun. It's silly. It's a good time. It's gamer nonsense mixed with theater nonsense, and as the former and future theater kid in me, it hit a sweet spot for me. It was a fun time. If that sounds fun to you, definitely support them. It's definitely a smaller, like, indie game. It's a little rough around the edges. It's not amazing, but definitely if, like, theater kid bullshit in a magical girl RPG sounds like fun to you, then check it out. It's got some rough around the edges RPG Maker vibes, but it was a good time. Pony Island. So same developer as Inscription. Definitely came out before Inscription. I'll keep it no spoilers, obviously, because we're doing the overview here. But like, I see the philosophical bent. I see the design bent. Got through it in one stream. I didn't do as many of the secrets. It's rough around the edges, but like I can see where Daniel Mullins was going, and that's cool to see. Silent Hill 2. Oh, I know Silent Hill 2. This is the OG. I played it with the help of a flightless bird. And it's tough to kind of consider that because like I feel the old school jankiness of the controls. I understand the influence with the way that the surreal stories was being told, and it was one of the first, I think, to do that kind of stuff. I don't know if like there was other games that told things in that kind of strange manner, very film manner, very like confusing, very like impressionistic. But what I'll say is just playing it from a modern perspective, it just didn't land for me. I feel like I've seen games do what it did better. Maybe that's just from my modern perspectives, and the frustration of some of the janky controls. And I feel like horror can get away with some of that to like make you feel like you're more powerless than you are. But it just frustrated me. I see its importance. I understand that. It just didn't hit for me. And Balatro, I just did like 1 or 2 streams of it. I don't know. It just didn't grab me. I didn't play it a ton. Don't take it too seriously. Sea of Stars. Fuck. I had to put that in its own tier because there's so many things that just are going Sea of Stars way. Same developer as The Messenger. It's one of the prettiest games I've ever played. The music is really great. They got, Yasunori Mitsuda, you know, the composer of Chrono Trigger, to do some songs for it. It's pretty. Good music. Gameplay isn't too bad. Gameplay is fine. You know, turn-based RPG with some like action-based like attack and defense mechanics. The story is just not good. The story's not good. The story's generic, and it feels bad for being generic, and it insults you at some point with some of its twists. And some of the puzzles are just insultingly boring, just not interesting at all. There's some stuff in like the DLC and some of the optional content at the end that's pretty good, and I loved the wheels minigame, but like it's in a weird spot for me because there's some aspects I think are some of the best I've ever seen in gaming. Just like the pixel graphics and the art is exemplary. Like if you were just going like on how pretty the game is, it's S tier, but just there's so many small things weighing it down. Like I want to see what that dev does next, but it's like that the story, the quality of the story, and so often RPGs are carried on their stories, and it just was lacking in that regard. It was lacking. Just kind of generic. I don't know. So we got P3R and Super Puzzled Cat down here. Now, I'd mentioned before that, like, P3R probably goes here, and Super Puzzled Cat probably goes, like, here. But I'm still not done with these yet, so they're not getting properly rated, but, like, they're honorarily, I played them enough this year that I want to talk about them. Good games. P3R is probably my favorite Persona game so far. We'll have to see how it sticks the ending. It's better paced, and I like how they continually allow the main characters, the party characters, to have character growth because their growth is not tied to, like, individual moments in the story. They allow them to experience growth all through the story, and, like, the way that they handle, like, plot progression in these timed moments where it just happens now. You don't have to do it before this time, and so you hurry up and do it, and then, oh god, now the plot won't progress for another 2 weeks because you got it done early. It's the way that they've paced the plot throughout the story is so much better in this game. I don't know why they transitioned away from that in the other Persona games. It's just, that's one of the main things. I like the parties overall for all the Persona games I played, but, like, the way that this one handles it, and obviously I'm playing the remake of the originals, but, like, just the way it handles plot is, I feel like that they've just regressed. It's gotten worse and worse from 4 to 5. It's just odd. It's odd. And Super Puzzled Cat, fun puzzle platformer, obviously made by Penguin and Ocker, which is super cool to be playing a game by people I've actually talked to in Twitch chat, and it's fun, it's goofy, and endlessly play tested by Wayward, and just a really fun, goofy time. Some frustrating puzzles, but overall a good time. For Mixed Bag, Burgeist. I think it's a solo Japanese dev. Definitely got some frustrating aspects to it. I see the vision. Interesting kind of reverse tower defense, and you kind of control a mech to protect your building towers from monsters. Interesting kind of mini stories and side quests. Just was frustrating, and both frustrating and boring to me. I don't know. Didn't hit the sweet spot for me. Sorry, Vorpal. More bad than good. Deadly Premonition. If only I could get this to work. Just the port is the worst port I've ever seen. Yeah, I streamed Burgeist. It was much earlier in the year. Deadly Premonition just simply would not work. But I did watch the playthrough of Joseph Anderson. Deadly Premonition is one of those so bad it's good games. It is peak comedy. Yeah, I think you were still in school. I think it was earlier this year in the spring, maybe? I don't remember when it was. I'd have to see when I last played it. I probably still have it in Steam somewhere where I last played it. Yeah, I last played it in February. In late February. So it was winter last year. But yeah, I think if Deadly Premonition was not an awful port, I would have been able to get through it, and it is a incredibly funny game. I cannot describe how funny this game is, but, like, the port is just simply a piece of shit. The port is just bad. It does not run well. So it has to go here. It has to go here because I just simply could not finish it. I could not finish the game. I could not physically get my computer to finish the game. It's not my computer's fault. It's an older game, but it's just, the port's shit. And then there's nothing in the E tier. That's funny. And in the F tier, we have Rain-Code. As I've said, there are some good things about Rain-Code, but it's just the way the story's constructed. The main duo the game is based off of, Yuma and Shinigami, just simply does not work as a character duo. And it's just simply worse than Danganronpa in every aspect that it apes off Danganronpa. And that's the most surprising thought of all, is that, this is Kodaka. This is his design team. Like, the music's fine, but it's not as good as Danganronpa. The character designs are fine, but they're probably just, might be some that I like more than some characters from Danganronpa, but it's like, overall, it's not better than Danganronpa. The cases, none of them are as good as ones in Danganronpa, and just the main character duo, it's so many things, so many cracks in the seams, just grow from the problems of Yuma and Shinigami. That's what I can say. I don't need to get into the diagnosis at all, but it is the worst game I streamed this year. Yeah, so this is my thing. I've got to download it, but I will share this with Discord. I will share this on probably Blue Sky. One of the things I'm going to do right now, because I think that it's also just fun to talk about this, is that, you know, obviously one of the other just super cool things I got to do this year, and I know I talked about it when I got back from AGDQ, was to be a part of the Crazy Taxi run. So I kind of wanted to rewatch it. I know we're already 3 hours into stream, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's, wait, what? Watch your version with chat. You can pull that up. Yeah.
Alrighty, team. I have a...
Well, quick pull that up. So, like, view farmed, that's so true. That's so true. But, like, I just want to say that it's just, like, having the opportunity to do, like, this run was just... I did not expect to get a chance to do this. And like I've made new friends, you know? I've made new friends because of this. I've gotten to do one of the coolest things I probably will get a chance to do in doing this. And I'm just glad that, you know, you believed in me, right? You know? Because, like, you didn't know me, really, when you needed a singer, and you trusted that I would be able to do this, right, in front of the crowd. And it's just like, well, let's take a shot. We need a singer, and I think I see that's Mr. Man right there. That's Marathon Man, and that's Steven right there. No, that's Steven right there. That's Blake right there. The DK64 mashup, and I got gigabaited. Yeah, it's an opportunity that I did not think I'd get a chance to do, and you trusted me to do it, and I've made friends with you and many other people now because of getting this chance. It's one of the fucking coolest things I've ever done, you know? But yeah, we're going to pop it up, and I'm going to make sure to pause any ads when they pop up. Oh, whoops. Oh,
alrighty, fuck. Team, I have a green light.
Let me stop the music now. So I had function pressed. Well, yeah.
You have never been on an Uber like this. You have never seen a Lyft like this.
God. Xanadir.
It's Crazy Taxi time with a live backing band. This is the Crazy Box on Dreamcast being run by Chuckles825. Let's see it! Awesome games done quick. How you doing this afternoon? I don't think I can hear you. How you doing this afternoon?
No one could fucking hear me. That joke fucking flopped. At least I had the good sense to go like, okay, no one heard me there. Let's move on.
All right, before we get started, I'm going to toss it over to Tudos and Chuckles to give a quick breakdown on how this Crazy Box run is going to go.
Tudos, I can't believe it's been 10 years since Crazy Taxi's been a GDQ.
It's 10 years. The last time we did Crazy Taxi at GDQ was AGDQ 2015, and what better way to kick things off in its 10-year anniversary to do it again with a live backing band. Tell us a bit more about the run, Chuckles.
Yeah, so
The lupine one. Morning, Tudos. You got someone mourning you.
there's not going to be a lot of commentary during this
Some
run
mornings.
for obvious
I see some
reasons.
mornings.
So I just want to give you a basic idea of what's happening here.
BT Bam shirt spotted. That's so true.
So there's quite a few game-breaking glitches and a clip, some skips, but I'm not going to be going over any of that. So
Chuckle's going like, eh.
what we're here for is the band. So what we're going to do with them is there's 16 levels in this mode, Crazy Box, that are all time restricted, similar to Super Monkey Ball, if you've seen that before. So every time I finish a level or I have to reset,
I still never
they're
said.
playing along with that. So anytime I mess
never
up,
said
they're
limiter
restarting.
cut.
In between
TSD,
some of those,
baby.
We'll be doing 2 quick donation breaks, and the reason for that is because we have a cabbie donation incentive, and now that's not going to close right as the run starts. Oh no, that's going to keep going, and during specific parts of this run, we're going to be asking which cabbie has the most donation totals, and we'll be switching to that cabbie at a specific point. So keep those donations coming in for Prevent Cancer. And why don't we go ahead and get this run started?
The thing is that I can hear just you're stumbling a little bit over your words too. So it makes me feel a little better. Where it's just like I'm not the only one who made a mistake here. We were all like super nervous up there. I feel.
All right. So Xanadir, who are we going to start with as our cabbie? We are going to kick it off with Gina.
It's so funny because like once we got on stage, I actually I calmed down. I was like, once we got on stage, I was like, oh no, I got this. I don't know. I got less nervous. I made the, like I said, that one little ass flub that is
All
like.
right, and are we going to be sticking with the car, the taxi, or are we going to do the bike for this whole run? Guess what? We're going with the crazy bike! All right, all right, all right! Before we get really started, I'm going to give us a quick introduction for our crazy band.
Should have said a
On
limiter
the
cut here.
drums, the pigskins, we've got the sound effects. And
Yeah.
our lad over there,
We just had to
the
trust. We had to
animal
trust.
himself, slapping on the bass, we've got Squidilla. On lead guitar, backup vocals.
I mean, Tudos has
and
played live, you know.
representing DK64randomizer.com, you got the one and only Tudos. And on lead vocals, yours truly, Metal Llama.
I didn't like.
And the
My problem there is that like I came up with like a fun little name for everyone, a little introduction. I had just like, what do I even say about myself? Like, oh no, oh please, Tudos. You'd done like live band stuff before, right? Oh come on.
most important person of the hour on the steering wheel. Oh, wait.
On
the
bass? Oh really? Oh,
handlebars,
live as a
you
guitarist?
got
Because I knew that you had been in bands before. I didn't realize that was your first time doing guitar in a gig. Well, I guess we all had a.
Chuckles 825. And hey, y'all ready to make some crazy money? Are you ready? I'm gonna give y'all a countdown from 5. Y'all with me? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah! Day after day,
Our lives are wrecked.
the powers that be just breathe down your neck. You get no respect.
You get no rally.
Gotta speak up and yell out your piece. So back off the rules, back off the job, 'cause the
God, I love it. I love it that they let us have a fucking pit. Hey, I saw someone use a who's using what emote? I recognize an Ashwin emote. Oh, I didn't go back. Yeah, I saw an Ash emote back there. God, I hate this song. I never got this song right. At least, like, I do not plan on doing it ever again.
Do you think you can make this jump? I want to hear you!
I do this so early. I was just like, I'm just gonna sing the first line because it's just funny. And you bump into me there. That's so funny. We're just like, this is such a small stage. We have to just coexist.
Despite that, he's not making similarity. He's struggled to find distinct moiety. All he found was vulgar superficiality.
You back? Yes.
Like folks and to sharpness, it's shared with the others. It signified his anger and his misery. Them and us, coming determined.
Yeah, they're starting. They're starting to get the drift at this point. They're going like, oh, when we stop, it's just like, oh yeah, we stop. That's true.
Underwater at home. There is a change.
I'd see it's like when I just like started realizing
Pop balloons in my car.
when I started realizing that they were reacting to me, it was like, oh, this is great. This is fantastic. When like I'm hearing them cheer, I do this and like they're reacting to me, you know? It's like okay.
You wanna go bowling? Let's go.
That was like when I realized, oh, this is special. I can play it up, you know? Yeah, Chuckles, this is the best one he did, you know? It was just an S tier.
How you feeling? We're gonna throw it over to our first donation break. Zenadir, take it away. Let's kick it off with $25 here from JBM that said, hey, 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 it's time to donate some crazy money. We've got $500 from Alta Biscuit that said it was so hard to keep this crazy taxi run a secret before submissions because this is so cool. I'm so proud of you all, and I know you all will do amazing. Good luck on the run, Chuckles, and rock on the
I'm glad he
winner.
got that one first try.
Go.
And honestly,
Here's
I'm
$25 from Jason that said that was an awesome
I
run.
was
Beautifully
fine
done.
with
Quick,
him
can I get another
messing
dude?
up a few, like one level,
Here's
because that was
$25
funny
from
that we had to
Cohen that said,
redo
hey,
it.
DDQ, you ready to raise some crazy money for charity?
It allowed me to get my best run. You remember my best, like, single one-liner in, you know?
$60 from Cam that said, are you ready to make some crazy money? Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It was just good for the content. It was good for the content, good for the run, you know?
That said, ever since I played Echoes of Wisdom, I couldn't wait to see all the ways it could be broken. At
I
a
saw
TDQ
Sarah.
event. Here's to making it happen and helping prevent cancer. We are at 1.782 million and counting. 1.783 and counting. We need to reach $2 million together to unlock the Echoes of Wisdom game.
There's my friend. There's Trisha right next to Sarah.
We can do it together. You're getting a 2-for-1 right now because that is a milestone.
We had to be jumping around. We were rocking.
Zelda Ocarina of Time. Check out the bid wars we have right now, like the cabbie choice for Crazy Taxi, the character model choice for Ocarina of Time randomizer. Together, we can get one more game. One more game. Let's do it together, chat. I believe in you. Are you ready to get crazy?
All right, who is our next cabbie? Are we swapping it all?
We are swapping off to BD Joe.
All right.
TSD locked the fuck in.
Are we ready to get back into it? We're counting down this one from 3. All right. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah.
I always said it, yeah. I know that, like, Dexter does like, yeah. Ah, well.
Just breathe down your neck. You get no respect. You get no relief. You gotta speak up and yell out your piece. So bang off the roof. Bang off the roof. Something got nothing fit to stay alive. Leave me alone. Casting the light. I don't wanna be controlled.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day after day, lies are right. Powers that be just breathe down
I was, like, not ready.
no respect. You get no
He had to die when I was facing away from the game feed.
Bang off the roof. Bang off the jack, 'cause I'm sick of living to stay alive. Leave me alone. Casting a light. I don't wanna be controlled.
Sup, Chuckles?
I love to hear it.
We're doing a end of year review of the year in gaming for me. Oh, jeez. You had to die right there when I wasn't looking at the screen. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just jump in and, like, you know what's going on? God damn. But nah. It was so good. It was so good.
You guys are amazing. I want to keep on hearing you.
See, it's like when I'm hearing them going like, it's all I want. It's like, oh yeah, I have the crowd in the palm of my hand. I get why frontmen, like, just, you know, front folk, you know, front women, front men, front folks, you know, like feel like they're powerful on stage. Having a crowd sing back the words at you is just like, oh, that's powerful. Like, give that to me. I get why people, you know. I literally, only women do. Do NBs have anything in the back of there? Cheers for the security staff. So true. You do need help. We're watching something so much better than that.
This car is looking a little bit crowded. Can we get them all dropped off in time? Let's go.
I'm trying to just like ape at the camera. Just trying to look weird. I don't know what to do on stage. I think people gave me a pass, thankfully.
Let's do that again.
See, I was ready for this
We
one.
can't let those grandmas all drown. Let's go.
My oh no, and then like, ding, I gotta.
Let those grandmas. Let's do this vulgar superficiality. Oh no.
Like that's
Let's do that again.
like that's like a perfectly timed little bit. Like, oh no. That's like the best single like 2 seconds of the run. Like that was just I think the funniest single moment. The funniest single moment.
And we can't let those grandmas all drown. Let's go.
It worked. People just saying, oh no.
Despite that he's no blatant similarity, he struggled to find distinctive moiety. All he found was vulgar superficiality. But he focused into sharpness and shared with the others. It signified his anger and his misery. The Manos, lobbying determined through a myriad disbelievers. The Manos, type of actuation and incongruous insistence.
I'm still just I'm still just so impressed with production on this, you know.
All right. Yeah.
I wanted to like talk a little bit, but I couldn't. I had to yeah.
Day after day, the powers that be just breathe down your neck. You get no respect. You gotta speak up and yell out your piece. So bang on the jack, 'cause I'm sick of not living. Please stay alive, leave me alone. Asking a lot, I don't wanna be in control. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all I want. Let me hear you. Yeah. How many times?
I'm just so glad that they were like listening to me, you know? Like I felt like I could say, you know, like let me hear you, you know? Like they were eating out of the palm of our hands. That was like just in a crowd sense. That was just like my voice is starting to die here. I could feel it here, and I was still trying to be in there, you know?
All right. Does anyone in the crowd know how to parallel park?
And no response, nothing.
There is a chain that's never broken. You know the story, it's never true. Be wrong a little time, every sentence splits. Say, all right, this is the last intermission. I'm throwing it over to Xanadir to get some more crazy money.
All right, I'm ready for my solo. That's all I got. Anyways, we've got $25 here from Blackbeard. That's a shout out to the tech and audio team. The crazy taxi mix was beautifully balanced, as all things should be. Love you, GDQ. Love you, chat. I can't
Xanadir
wait
was
for the man,
the
the myth, the
perfect.
legend, ZFG, coming up later tonight.
Xanadir-
Help us to get that glitch.
I've heard other, like, you know, hosts, but Xanadir was the host for this. I hadn't heard him host before, but like every time I listen back to it, but it's like Xanadir, like I when they told us that they needed intermission breaks for ads, it was like or not ads, but like donations. I was like, is that gonna work? Is that gonna carry the energy? But it's like when I heard it in person, it was just like, oh no. It is part of just, it's part of GDQ, but like he kept the momentum going. It didn't feel like there was a hold off of the energy from when we passed it off to him and he tossed it back to us. It felt like, oh no, I tossed the ball over to him. He's keeping the energy going, throwing it back over to us. It worked. It's just
Edition for Ocarina of Time. We're $300,000 away, and we're continuing to get there. While you look at that incentive, $2 million total will get us the bonus game, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. We can get there together, team. Put
I'm
those
still
donations
amazed that
in,
we had a
select
mosh
your
pit
incentive,
at
and help
GDQ.
support Prevent Cancer Foundation. Here's $500 from the Sound Defense that said, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2021, but thanks to early detection, she is now cancer-free.
It gave me a little chance to rest my voice too, because Lord God knows I had no downtime for my voice.
Stay vigilant and get tested, everyone. Thank you for your generosity and your kicking butt on the drums. Let's go. Here's $250 from Joe Wolf that said, this is where I buy my concert ticket, right? $25 from Longertons that said absolutely peak GDQ content. Let's go! $250 from Discontent Gamer. Never thought I'd see so much musical presence at AGDQ. This is awesome. This is crazy. Keep up the great charity work. And of course, Speedy Gaming. Are we ready for our next cabbie choice?
Yeah, we are.
We have Gus.
I'm so glad we got to swap
This is
the caddies.
the final leg of our set. You've all been incredible. We're gonna count down from 3 one more time. I want to hear you. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
And the best
Do not drive like this at home.
the best single song just all the way around. We were all so locked in for this one.
Cars crack mouths, empty swung guns. Sunday pavement and crushes on us. Haves and have-nots together and laugh. Brutally engaged in mortal combat. 10 in 2010. 10 in 2010. What kind of god will constitute such a thing? 10 billion people all suffering. 2010. Not any street, just hungry, massive feed. Forget what you want, scratch what you need. 10 in
Squid locked in.
10 in 2010. Kudos on the solo! Happy Yankee Tan and Can I'm into you. 15 years. We are now to the last
I didn't
level
catch
of an
it.
incredible
I didn't catch it.
pitch
Sounded good to me. Sounded. Do you know how many times I cringed during this rewatch?
This is incredible. You got one last chance to hear us. Let's go. All right. Despite that, he's no blatant similarity. He struggled to find distinctive loyalty.
This one went well. Oh, except for my one messed up lyric. Watch a mimsy fable. Wrong lyric. But you can't redo it live. You fuck it. We do it live. I had to just keep on singing, you know? Oh God, they're just screaming the whole time. Watch a mimsy fable, whatever the hell that means. I see Feather back there.
and a desperate, feeble search for a friend.
I'm getting flat here. But that's all
Got
right.
one last little bit to go. You know the words to the next one. I want to hear you sing along.
Yeah, I had to sing it 5 times.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Day after day,
Home lives are red.
powers that be just breathe down your neck. You get no respect.
You get no relief.
Gotta speak up and yell out your piece. So back off the job, 'cause I'm sick of not living to stay alive. Leave me alone. That's in a lot. I don't wanna be control. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all I want. It's all
Oh, God.
I want. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Get out of there, Chuckles. Get out of there, Chuckles.
How many times is it gonna take till someone
Yo, thank you for the raid, Abandon. What are you up to tonight?
Feel like a lie.
You just missed the voice break. Oh, God. Oh. Oh no, he's crashing. I was at the top end of my range all night, you know. Oh, see, like I missed the entrance there, so I just improv. It's all I want.
Keep those donations coming in. Shout outs to all the runs that have been going on so far this week, and shout outs to the final leg of the marathon. Let's keep on breaking those limits and keep on going. Thank you to our friends and family that helped get us here today. And stick around for the rest of the marathon. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad that like y'all gave me enough time to like y'all gave me enough time to like, okay, I'm doing just all the shout outs really quick. I'm gonna just shout out generically the friends and family, shout out the runs to come, shout outs everything. Let's get this going. Let's keep this going. It was just perfect. It was just I think that that's what people realize. It was just so much singing, so much. Like, what were you up to tonight, Evan? And yeah, my throat was fucking dead. Well, because it's like it's supposed to be. It's all I want, and like Tudos is like it's all I want or something like that. And I was just like, oh, I missed my entrance, so it's like it's all I want. I just improv'd that, and it worked. It worked. It's just like when you sing enough, when you just know a song enough. Oh yeah, we practiced together for the first time like that week, because I had met Tudos at SGDQ, and like I'd never met TSD and Squid before. Squid, the funny story, I've said this before, is that he thought I was actually a Dark Souls runner because of how much I hung out in Dark Souls chats. I was like, nope, I'm just a Dark Souls runner by association. I'm just part of the community. But yeah, I mean, this is still one of the coolest things I did this year. Let me pop up the tier list. This is the tier list of the games I streamed on. I did this for a large part of the stream. I ranked everything I read or played. Some of these were off stream, like Seabed, Higurashi Questions Arc, and 2236. So I ranked all the games I played on stream this year. I got through a lot. It was so cool. I wanted to just, rewatch this Because it just feels like I can't do a retrospective of the year without talking about that run. What's the game in F tier? That's Rain Code. That's Rain Code by the creator of Danganronpa and a lot of the people that were part of the Danganronpa stuff. It's not good. It's not good. There's some aspects that aren't awful in it, but just the way it comes together is just Rain Code did nothing wrong. I don't agree with that. But yeah, this was the retrospective of my year. Yeah, well, what were you up to? I want to at least give you a shout out. Abandon is an old speedrunning friend. I first met him at not raid, shout out. I first met Abandon at SGDQ 2017. So at my first GDQ, I met Abandon, and you know, wild retro style RPG, interesting. Something I should check out. But yeah, a lot of good. Oh god, the Packers fucking lost? That's so fucking funny. But yeah, we're about to. I mean, I was talking about Chrono Trigger with regards to like Sea of Stars. And like, but it was a really good year. Definitely some aspects of the year had some issues, but like my first full year living by myself and just like having the opportunity to do it just felt like that I don't know if you got caught in the ad, but like I couldn't break it anymore. Okay. Yeah, that's good at least. There was a lot of aspects of Sea of Stars because I could get really liking it. But for me, it felt like the story and the puzzles in the dungeons were really the things holding it back. I didn't hate it. Like it's still in a tier that it's like positive, but it's like the story felt so generic and safe. And it felt like that, like some of the humor that was like in the messenger, you know, didn't work for it. And like a lot of the puzzles in the dungeons felt stupidly easy, where it was just like, would have been better to not have puzzles at all. Like some of like the late game, like optional puzzles were fun and like actually had a bit of a challenge to them. Yeah, that was kind of my issue with it's not generic and safe, and it's all the worse for it. I'll say that. But that was kind of my main issue with Sea of Stars. It's a gorgeous game, one of the most beautiful pixel graphic games I've seen. The music is very good, and you know, both the tracks by was Eric W. Brown. Garl was fine, but that was actually the part of the story that actually insulted me the most, where they had the like I thought, oh, they actually have Garl die. That's the most interesting part of the story they've done. And then what happens is that in the true ending, let me put some music back on while we're still discussing. And then they revive him in the true ending, and I felt like, well, then why did you kill him? Why did you actually write the most interesting part of the story and then get rid of that? I could get why it's like, I thought Garl was fine as a character. I just like, the story just felt so safe and generic that I had issues with it in that regard, where I feel like, and like, it's like, I don't want to say these takes, like, I'm saying this as someone who appreciates art, right? I play games as games, but also as, you know, expressions of art, right? I want to believe in, you know, like art as art, right? You know, games as art, right? It was just that like the story just felt so basic to me that it was kind of disengaging in a way, right? And it just felt like that I do remember feeling that, oh, is he going to be a villain? I do remember that. But it was just like when he got cursed and he died, it was like, okay, that's an interesting angle that felt like that they were going to do something a little more interesting with that. And then it just, the more I thought about like the story for, Chrono Trigger, it was just like, oh, this is more than just a like a game that's inspired by Chrono Trigger. They stole this bit wholesale. Is that actually the last song in the... We'll start playing. Honestly, we'll start playing some Sea of Stars soundtrack. Why not? It was like... when I realized that that's a bit that they stole wholesale from Chrono Trigger, it made me respect it less. Like, because I thought that, like, them having Garl die, writing him getting killed, was an interesting, at least, thing that they did. But then, you know, the shit happened, and they brought him back, and I was just like, then why did they do that? It just felt so contrived. I don't know. Because, like, I've said this before, but it's like, obviously, you know, with the stream, but, like, there are other aspects of, like, the story, just kind of, like, generic villains, generic other stuff that felt kind of contrived. The puzzles not being great in the dungeons. The characters feeling kind of boring fantasy characters. But it's like, all of this does not make Raincoat a bad... Or not Raincoat, fuck. We've been talking about Raincoat so much today. But it does not make Sea of Stars a bad game. Alright. Thank you for hanging out, Vix. It was cool meeting you this year. And I will catch you later, Vix. Take care. And, like, it does not make Sea of Stars a bad game. It just makes it a game that I thought could do better. Because, like, I liked some aspects of it. It is a gorgeous game. I like the gameplay well enough. You know, it's hard to make a turn-based RPG, like really, really, like, unique and interesting. All right. See you at AGDQ, 2-dose. Morning. Take care. Are we still... I guess we're still in random. We'll just go in normal order. But, like, I liked Wheels as a minigame, and I liked other aspects of it. I don't know. That's the thing, is I didn't hate Sea of Stars. I just thought it could do more, is kind of my thing. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me for stream. Thank you again for the raid, Abandon. I don't know if you're still here, Wayward, but thank you for the raid as well. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, if there's much to, like, respond to that. It's like, I don't know if you have anything you want to say to that. It's, I don't know. It's hard for me. Yeah. I mean, it might have to be in the New Year's sometime, because, like, I don't know what I'm doing next week. Obviously, next year's New Year's week, people are busy, and then I'm going to AGDQ, and then I'm going to be out of town for another weekend, but we got to hang out. But it'll happen. It'll happen. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. This was the second annual Llammys, and I'm happy with how it went. People really wanted to hear my take on games, especially Raincoat. They wanted to hear me tear apart Raincoat. Stop leaving? I'm busy. January is going to be just more busy for me. But yeah, we are going to That is not true. Holy hell. We're going to be rating Ashwin. She is playing more Silksong. She's a really good Silksong speedrunner. She's doing some practice right now, but she'll probably get to some runs soon. But yeah, thanks for hanging. I hope y'all had a good night. Enjoyed the Llamies. Enjoyed the rewatch of the Crazy Taxi Run. Because like I said, I feel like I've been riding the high of that all year, but it's also like, it is just really like the coolest thing I've done this year other than pick up this instrument. And like, I got goals for next year. Find people to play with so I can get better at playing with people on the bass, you know? That's one thing I gotta do. But like, it's been a good year. In amongst ups and downs as well, you know, like any year, but it's been one of the better years of my life. And stream and gaming has been a big part of that. And the Crazy Taxi Run being more musical with like learning an instrument, but I appreciate y'all. Let's go say hi to Ashwin and wish her luck on Silksong practice and runs. And I will catch y'all later. Probably next stream will be Monday because I'm movie nights tomorrow night, but I will catch y'all later. Bye, all.